fucking. I'm swelling. I'm swelling. All right.
So that guy was a big fan of Berserk, and that the manga still.
The fight has never happened. The fight has never happened. They're never gonna fight. They're never gonna fight.
No. Not only that, I'm not sure if you know what happened to Ippo.
No,
in the manga.
Didn't he like get the shit beaten out of him so hard he stopped fighting like a bitch or something like that?
Something like that. Yeah.
And then he went into like recession. He went in recession.
Years.
Yeah, we just saw him go through a spiraling fucking depression and he can't get out of it.
Dude,
it's just like, oh my god!
It's been like 5 or 6 years that like.
Wait, has he not started fighting again?
He hasn't fought. He's still not a boxer. He's still
sparred.
not a boxer. He spars every so often, but that's about it. But
I stopped reading that thing years ago after the whole thing. Okay, stop fighting. I was like, I'm tired of it for a bit. I'm going to drop this for a while. He still hasn't started fighting again.
He is still not fighting. And you want to know the worst part? When the guy who makes the Berserk manga died, this dude went on a hiatus because he was such a fan of Berserk and he was like friends with him, and he's like, I can't believe he died without finishing his manga. I can't believe this. I'm like, motherfucker, you better hurry up because you're right up there with him.
That's why he stopped. He was following them. Like, look, they all fucking feed off each other. All these long-winded writing bastards that just can't wrap it the fuck up. I'm saying that as a DM. I get it. Fucking, they can't fucking figure it out. God damn it.
Dude, like,
wrap that shit up.
1,417 chapters so far. And Ippo
you know what everyone wants.
And Ippo
you know what everyone wants.
On chapter like 800 or 900.
Like, you know what everyone wants. Give them what they want.
They want multiple things. They want him to be the world champion. They want him to fight his gay buddy.
Yata, yeah.
Right, we gotta go fight Miata and fuck each other in the ass.
They want to know what's going on with the other dude. There's so much shit that's going on.
Takamura.
Yeah. Takamura, yeah. Whether he's like going blind or
Hawk.
not.
He'll fix everything.
Yeah, Hawk was great.
Bring back Hawk.
Hey, it's D&D time. Who's here? Who's here?
We're waiting on the two.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm here.
They're still fudge packing.
Slurping up my phone.
I want fudge.
God.
Can
we talk about Bleach next? How he at least fucking had the gall to end it, and then they give them the greenlit for the anime. They give them 64 episodes or some shit for an anime. That's a lot. That is 4 seasons they greenlit for Bleach. Okay? And one of the best fights of all fucking time that everyone nutted over, fucking Kenpachi versus the chick, was wrapped up in 8 minutes of like fucking jump cut fight scenes.
Yeah.
You watch versus fucking Yamamoto was done in fucking like an episode. It's Bleach. Those fights last fucking 5 episodes each. Why was that shit over in like a half a second? Pissed, I tell you.
You know,
pacing's horrible. I hate it.
I remember when Bleach was on Adult Swim and being like, wow, this show's pretty epic. Can't wait to watch this again tomorrow. Then, like, going to my friend's house, and he was watching the dub, and I was like, whoa, what episode are you on? You're, like, way ahead. He's like, oh, I'm on episode 236. I'm like, wait, is Rukia still stuck in a tower? It's just like, yeah. I'm like, this show sucks. And I instantly stopped.
This show sucks. Don't worry, Chris. They got Rukia out of the tower, and then Otohime got put in the tower. I'm not kidding. She got stuck in Hueco which is, quote, an endless fucking horizon of a desert. Okay, so they're traveling for like 10 episodes towards a building that doesn't get bigger, and they're like, hold the fuck on. Why can we not reach this shithole? And they're like, clearly we're in a mirage. And then finally one of them goes, well, what if we just travel faster? I shit you not, that was the solution. And then they made it there faster.
Yeah, it makes sense. Go faster, get there faster.
Punch harder, you know.
Fucking. It's straight up just the only way to read faster is to read faster. Like,
Good times.
oh.
I'm really glad we got on an anime tangent by me singing the My Hero song that I sang to Jared all of yesterday or the day before.
I never watched Super, but can we like make the Japanese voice actor not gay for DBS?
Oh.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm Goku. Ah!
It's a female voicing
Sucks
Goku.
ass.
Dude, yeah. Fuck
Fucking
you,
just
dude.
figure it
She's
out.
been doing it
Give
for
him
years. She's
Can
been
you do that
Goku
voice?
since the beginning.
Can you come back? Can you do that voice again?
because they know I'm
Alright.
right. That's why no
No.
one corrected me.
No, Mitch. I need you to be like, my first Pokemon is Pikachu in that voice.
My first Pokemon is Pikachu.
Dude, you're actually
Wow.
Pikachu, I choose you. Yeah, oh my god, it is.
Oh,
Pikachu.
Oh, grandma.
Wait,
Grandma,
hold on.
hit a dab, hit a dab, hit a dab, hit a dab, hit a dab. She's hitting it.
I feel like you're all going to be for a painful surprise to realize that a lot of younger men in anime are voiced by women.
It's not a surprise. We know.
It's a huge.
You know what
But no, I
ruined
will
me?
choose this my Pokemon. It'll be this one, Bulbasaur. Oh, it's empty. Oh my god, he actually sounds like that.
The commercials for the Rugrats movies and how they would be like, look at the voice actors hard at work. And it showed all a bunch of women like Chucky and Tommy, and I was like, those are girls? I'm like, that's impossible.
Yes, Chris, yes.
Hey, Chris, I'm going to blow your mind open once more. Bart Simpson is also voiced by a woman.
I know. She's also a Scientologist
still
that
shocked.
calls people with the Bart voice.
Yep.
If you want a kid character and you want them to stay a kid, you get a female voice actor. Very easy. If you get a boy that grows up to be a man, change the motherfucker to be a man. Why is Goku sound like
Mitch, you know what? You know what it is?
off.
It's just the way Saiyans sound. He's not human.
Dude, I'm just
And
saying it.
Vegeta's special.
I'm just super
because he's the
saying
principal Saiyans.
I'm super saying it. Abridged is the better fucking DBZ.
Well, we're all aware of that.
It's so fucking bad it hurts.
It's what happens when you cut out
someone,
all the fat.
someone greenlit to Inform Star to do something.
What the fuck?
Oh, are they back now?
Are you two ready?
We're here
Are
now.
you two
Sorry.
done
Okay.
fucking?
So
I'm
Jared's
gonna
really
pack
been
some
enjoying
fudge. Give me a
Code
second.
Geass.
Oh my
Code
god.
Geass.
I
Code
need
Goose.
to rewatch Code Goose because
Code
every time I
Goose.
try to watch it, I'm just like, why the fuck do we care about this green bitch in a time capsule so much? I don't get it. Literally, why does this actual sociopath care? I don't need a reason. I just need to watch it and learn for myself.
Cool.
Man,
She's important, bro. That's it. She's important.
I mean, you do figure it out in like the first 2 episodes. So
no.
But guys, who's your favorite French anime? Is it Code Lyoko? That's the only one I can
Bro,
think of.
Code Lyoko's so good.
And that's where we're ending that. No more. No. We ain't talking about Code Lyoko.
Bro, I love
the
Code
only
Lyoko
episode
growing
I
up.
know
That shit was
about that
great.
stupid show was the episode that she was running around her underwear, and I was like 10 years old when I saw that. I'm like, what the fuck? Whatever.
I don't remember that.
All right.
D&D's
With that-
watching Code Lyoko now.
What are you doing, Mitch? Are you getting
Code
fucking
Lyoko.
downloaded data from the Pentagon right now?
And he's muted.
Oh, no,
we're gonna get a copyright strike. Don't do that.
Make the D&D music bot play this song.
shit, that song, bro.
Go. All right.
All right. Let's
fuck.
get things rolling here. Last we left off, The white
We
whales.
kidnapped a child.
Mm-hmm.
We're in a cave,
Uh-huh.
hiding with our
Yes.
stolen child
Uh-huh.
and our now
Yes.
newly adopted child.
Uh-huh.
We've committed murder on an innocent plant man,
Mm-hmm.
and
Who was supposed to be our guide?
yeah.
Now
Oh,
let's
Radek
double
showed up.
check on that last
Yeah,
one.
Radek's finally here.
We had innocent murder, Pee Wee. Would you like to double back on that real quick and remember what you saw?
We just said guilty until proven innocent, and we.
Yeah, we did.
We didn't.
You live
we
by that
didn't
motto.
Well,
do
mind you,
the
only
steps.
some of us know and accept that truth. So I don't know.
Kill that son of a bitch! It's on site. Yes, we killed him.
Yes, the white whales begun traversing the cave, heading towards the hopefully heading towards the Griddle Desert. Along the way, they ran into a Deku named Bana. Didn't really trust him, and decided to swiftly and mercifully kill him. But upon doing so, they continued down the cave system even further until they reached a large passage opening where they saw a echo. I should probably change the name of that, but where they saw the echo of the late queen, Samira's late sister, and having a discussion, where a stressful conversation was held between all of you. Well, the three of you. When this discussion ended, you all heard a conversation happening further from previously where you came from, as Raudak and Nadia peered into the cave system itself. Once again, as the white whales are now gathered all together once more. And with things how they are, is there anything any of you would like to discuss with each other before we officially get rolling?
I'd like to ask Radek where he's been.
Is he here?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
here.
Radek, what the fuck? Where were you?
Where the fuck have you been?
I was dealing with someone that was trying to kill us.
I believe him instantly. This is not a.
I don't believe him now because Fallon believes him.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
but where and who?
Well, Pharaoh was still tracking us, so I got her to stop.
Okay.
Sick.
Also, there's apparently another resistance group.
Oh,
Met them
All
too.
right.
I would
Are
love
they-
to get them too.
Are they on our side? Like, this sounds only good.
Potentially. Looks like the leader used to be the commander of the Gerudo forces.
Well, that's a
Before
better
being
chance than
kicked
anything.
out. I thus glanced up at Samira.
Do you know her name by chance? Maybe she's linked to this girl. Maybe
I
we
know
can
the
bring her
name,
back
but
to her
I
people.
fucking forgot. Been a while.
Great.
You've
Well,
been on
it's-
for like 30 minutes. It hasn't been that long.
Yeah, it really hasn't been that long.
Yeah,
Thanks
God,
for
it's been
looking
a
up.
very
Did you get hit on
fucking
the
long
head?
30 days. I mean, minutes.
It was Captain, ex-Captain Raza.
Rouse, that's what it was.
Raza.
Samira,
Yeah, do you know her?
do you know anything about Raza?
I only surface knowledge.
I guess is she to be trusted?
I haven't interacted with her very much. She's very straightforward.
Seems to have a good head and shoulders.
Clearly.
Better than most of your people. No offense to either
Wow.
of you. As I looked at it, Nadia. No offense.
About what?
Look away.
Oh, by the way, I see you captured the enemy there.
What?
Are we to?
I'm not sure if she's
She
an
pulls
enemy.
out a dagger. Are we gonna interrogate her?
No,
She starts
no!
walking to secure.
No, I will. No, I'll step. Absolutely not.
Don't think she's an enemy.
Oh, balance factor. You're
Yeah,
not killer, right?
She would pull the child behind her.
Okay,
No,
so
we don't. She's not an enemy. She's just lost right now. I think we need to find out more about her. Frankly,
Samir, can you
Not
ask
the
if she knows Rasidna? And didn't you tell me that she's at least this it's Rasidna, right? I'm not crazy.
Raza.
Or Raza. Oh, totally different person. Never mind.
Sakari?
Yes.
Do you happen to know anybody by the name of Raza?
No. Sorry, I don't.
That's alright. She does not know.
I was just gonna say they were controlling her. We stopped her from being an enemy, so she's safe.
Oh. Oh, so you had this. You had the special circlet on. Very nice.
Hey, out of curiosity, you don't have a special circlet on somewhere that we don't know about, right?
Oh no. You see, well, it's pretty funny. Raza told me never to put it on. She also told Farah and Sana and Molly and Kamira and she also told Terry, but
Do you know who hasn't put on a circlet?
well, there's some of the a lot of us, well, a lot of traitors, but well, that's why they're traitors. You see, Yara was kind of making it mandated that everyone put it on. So we actually have patrols going around the towns to kind of put it on people. Should be fun. Everyone should be in one mindset afterwards. Actually, that's exactly why Raza got chased out, because she started, taking it off people and causing trouble.
What side are you on?
Come again? Side?
I think she's on the winning side. We shouldn't ask more about that. Hey, Rowdak, are you in contact with Rasa by any chance? By any way?
Forgot to ask if she had a sending thing.
Do you think she'd reply if you spoke with her?
Maybe.
I toss him the stone.
You toss me your little stone.
Mm-hmm.
I pull the one out of my pocket out.
All right, toss it back. Toss it back. We trade. We trade.
He never said he caught it, so.
Do you catch it, Rowdak?
Probably. Like, moving object. Crap.
Okay.
Why?
So you go ahead and you toss it towards Rowdak, and Rowdak's in the midst of like taking out his stone, and before it hits you, Rowdy, you just and pull out the other one and kind of look at Lorath.
I think this is the 4th or 5th time you've done this.
You just don't talk and you never use it when I call you, so like I keep forgetting you actually have it.
You don't call me, though.
See, he never picks up the phone.
Well, it seems to be worthless. So, I pass Lorath off to Nadia.
Wait, can I have one?
So you're giving her the
I'm giving her Lorath that works.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
At some point,
I like
you bring
rocks,
that
and
over
she
to
puts it in her.
Ross.
No! No, we'll never get that rock from her.
Give that to Raza when you see her next.
Okay, yeah, sure. I mean, you want me to try to meet up with her?
Will you?
Yes.
I can. I know where she's hiding out. She's going to be moving out pretty soon. So if I go now, I might be able to catch up with her.
Yes, please.
Are you? Is
But-
that it?
But
What's
we
that to it?
can you
It's like,
tell us
you
where to
have
go
advantage. Go
before
ahead.
you go?
Repeat that again, Laura.
Can you tell us where to go before you go?
Yeah. You know what? I'll have her roll it for funsies. Where are you, Nadia? There you are.
Oh, I can't. It's not. Doesn't beat her passive or something.
I could do a passive.
Never mind.
Pretty sure her pass is really high.
Like
It
what?
does beat it.
25?
It does beat it. Her passive persuasion and deception are pretty high. So let's do the passive.
This is George's bardic dream is what's going on here.
I haven't even done anything that I want with her, which is whatever. But
She's the actual BBUG.
yeah, I mean, I can show you the way, and she just goes, you go that way, and she points to the only other tunnel that's just leading forward down the opening. You guys kind of came in from one side, and it takes a while to like kind of your eyes, even though some of you have dark vision, you kind of have to adjust your eyes to look a little further down, and you can see that there is another trail that goes further down the way. Yeah, that if you just follow that path, and well, if you stick to the right, and then the right, and then go left, and then right, you should make it.
Right, left, right.
Left, right. Yeah.
Right, left, right.
Yep. Thanks, Radek. I appreciate it.
Kermit to memory.
Zero.
But yeah, I can go ahead and take this stone to her and see if we'll try to keep in contact. She's gonna meet with some of the other out there beyond the final checkpoint in the desert itself.
Okay.
As you're all having this discussion, why don't you? I would say Taiga and Fallon would be the first two to kind of notice this. And Raldak. Raldak, I'll tell you why you notice this in a moment. But
Before we do any of this real quick, can either Mitch or Chris, one or two?
One.
Oh.
one. 3 ones.
Mitch said it first, so Lorath gets my sending stone.
Okay, so Raldak
You
doesn't
have
have
yours.
a...
I'm just going to delete mine. I've been wanting to hear this thing for a long time.
I know.
Just set it to 0 because you might get it back.
Oh, it's gone.
You son of a bitch. That's fine.
Use it anyways.
Okay. All right.
It's gonna
as
come in handy then.
as this discussion's happening, Tyga and Fallon, Raldak, I'll tell you what's going on in just a moment. As the two of you are kind of listening in on this conversation, there is this sensation of like a small bit of pressure on your boots. And you don't really pay any attention to what it is until you look down and you see this little turd looking thing, like not too big, maybe about 6 inches long, just kind of right against your boot, and then you both see these little fangs just
I'm gonna throw it immediately.
you're gonna throw it.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick my foot and get that shit out of here. Like,
you kick you immediately kick it and you hear and it splatters. To Raldak, you are having this discussion with everyone, and every so often you can feel things below the earth, below your feet, move.
I see.
oh no, I know.
Tunneling through the very ground beneath you. And you hear Fallon go, ah! And he kicks something, and you feel. At first, it was very slow. It wasn't a fast paced, but as soon as he kicked whatever he kicked, it was like spooking a school of fish, and they just through the ground. Tyga, that thing is still on your foot, by the way.
All right. I'll basically like put my hand over it and just summon a dagger and just.
You're gonna stab it. Okay.
Yeah.
No attack roll needed. You stab it and you hear.
Oh man.
No, we
Man, that was so good.
I saw
Hear
the
nothing.
whole thing, but didn't hear a thing.
I'm assuming.
As you go ahead and you stab it, you see this with what little light as it could be coming from Fallon's glaive and what little light that it gives off. You see this little creature that you have seen before, and it's just a few inches long.
Mm-hmm.
But you know they can get a lot bigger. And as you're all becoming kind of aware of this, you can see that there are some just kind of like how worms kind of come out of the dirt when it's raining. Just kind of see them just and kind of crawl on the ground. Some of them move a little slower than the other ones. Some look like they're moving a bit faster. And as some of you are taking notice, like there's a couple of them like trying nibbling on your boot. They're not able to make any penetration, but they are attempting it.
Can I get Sakari to piggyback onto Samira?
She, as soon as she starts to know, she starts to like get a bit skittish, and you go ahead and you just whoop, put her on there. She doesn't fight it. She'd rather be up here than down there for sure.
Can I get that too? Anyone else got shoulders for me?
So are they just like all over the floor, or is it just like one or two? I walked away for a moment, and I think I missed that crucial part.
They are not like. It's not like you're stepping on them every like half a step you make. There are dozens around. Various
They're
distances.
small at the moment.
Yeah.
They're small.
Some of them are moving in and out of the dirt pretty quickly. As soon as the two got killed, they kind of like dispersed a little bit. Some of them are coming out of the dirt. And Taya, you would notice that the one you killed, since it was the one of the ones that were kind of nibbling on you, whatever. Make an investigation check or a perception check for me, if you would, please.
Since one is literally 10 points higher than the other.
That will do it.
And if he fails,
Okay.
Depending on what it is, it's DC is either a little higher or a little lower. But you go ahead and you look at this lever, and you can see that there's these kind of like without where your dagger pierce, you can see that some of its flesh seemed to have decayed a little bit.
I'll start walking towards the next path we have to go.
weak spots on these things. Anyone?
Most of them.
Just
The
smush it.
head?
They were pretty squishy.
I imagine it's a big one. Where's its
Piercing.
weak spot?
We should probably get moving.
Not here.
Yes.
Did
Okay.
it? No, no.
George, as
Right,
we're, as we're
right.
running through,
Mm-hmm.
Loras just wants to try and study these things, see if there's like this part has like this glowing satchel in it, or maybe its mouth opens in such a way that there's a weak spot. Maybe there's like a little eye that it has, etc., etc.
All right. Go ahead and as you're running through, and as everyone's kind of moving along and moving forward, you go ahead and you try to get close to one and start to study it. Make an investigation check.
Okay. I imagine since we're I'm trying to find this button. I imagine since there's just so many, I'm just looking and seeing like, okay, that's its back, that's its front, that's the sides, etc., etc.
You find one that's like barely moving, and you're like, well, easy.
When in Rome.
Yeah, easy to look at. And you can see that inside its mouth, and you're not like scooping it up. You're kind of almost like when you examine something, you take either a dagger or a sword and you start like looking at it and examining it. And you see that although the exterior looks squishy, it's pretty resilient. It has sharp mandibles, and it seems like there's this solitary sac that's inside of its jaw, its maw, that seems to pulsate a little bit. And as you're watching it, that pulsating just kind of pops, not in your face. You're able to like get back, and as you step back and see that it kind of pops like a pimple, and you kind of flick it over. As you do, you see several scorpions just kind of fall off it, and they land, and they look at you, and they start coming after you.
That's mage hand in my way. My God, what the fuck? Bastards.
You all start to notice that,
Okay,
like,
understood, though.
some there's like this little miniature war happening beneath your feet, as you're starting to notice that scorpions are kind of coming out of the ground, and some of them are kind of finding a way to attack these levers at the same time, and they seem to be doing on and off pretty well. The scorpions seem to sometimes fall into a antlion trap as they're skittering across the hard and cracked earth. Some of them just slip into the sand, and you see them trying to run out, and you see and but some of them manage to actually stay buried beneath the dirt, manage to sting some of the levers and wrest them out of the dirt and start feasting on them. As you're all moving out of the exit, and Nadia is just kind of waving goodbye. Well, don't die, she says. As bye, Dad. Love you.
Bye.
You all start to begin heading down the tunnel, and you notice that you're being followed by the small scorpions. They're actually starting to gain notice of you and starting to follow you. And Nadia kind of sees this, and she's like, "No!" And she fucking dimension tours out of there.
Oh, I got something stupid to try.
By all means.
I tried to convince the scorpions that we're not their enemies and give them tactics on how to hunt levers.
By all means, give it a shot.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
And what would you like me to roll with that?
Roll a persuasion check. And how you're going to do this, out of curiosity?
Be like, hey, just passing through. I see you guys are having some trouble with those things. Make sure you do this. And I see them here, there, and I'm just kind of like point out like the pits that.
Okay. Taiga, you start to say this to one of the scorpions, and it doesn't seem to respond to you, and you kind of get a little closer to try to see if you can get its attention, and it notices you're there and turns around and it starts coming towards you. And as it gets closer, you notice that this ain't a regular scorpion. It only has one big old eye on it. And it just starts coming after you. And as it comes closer, you see something come up behind it. A larger scorpion, almost the size of you, comes out of the dirt behind it, and it starts going. And you see this big old red eye just focus on you. And a few come out of the dirt one by one, and they all start chasing after all of you. About maybe 10 of them.
All right, hold on. I have a note button for this. All right, I'm gonna fucking turn around to finally use this. And wait, how big is this tunnel? Would you say it's like 10 feet?
The tunnel varies in size. You're going into a new passage. The passage itself is probably a 15-foot wide area. It's actually let's say it should be big enough for 3 of you to stand side by side. So around 7 to 10 feet.
Okay, and it's kind of, how tall is it?
It's about 8 feet tall.
Okay. And all of the scorpions are behind us. Like, pretty much all. Like, I know we're running into more, but, like, they're gaining in numbers behind us.
Yes, they are currently behind you. And you notice as you're running, kind of hurrying down this tunnels, you notice there are, like, holes in the cave walls. And every so often, a lever might pop out. And the lever's a lot longer than the small ones you saw in the back. Like, it's like 6 foot long, and you see it go and like start spitting shit at you guys as you're rushing along.
Okay, I got some stuff for that too.
We're running deeper and deeper into the nest. Got it. Okay. I'm gonna go towards the rear-ish. And I'm gonna burn a side ice.
Okay.
And I'm gonna make this 10-foot long. That way stuff can't just fucking catch up to us a little easier.
Okay.
Very simple. Very, very easy.
Simple.
It's just to give them it's difficult terrain. Okay, so basically as they start coming towards you, they're slowing down. It's funny. Yeah. The scorpions and levers try to kind of approach you guys, and you're starting to rush, but there's this point where like Laura stops and he turns around, and they start to become a bit weary. They're still advancing, but they're being very, very careful about it and moving a bit slower. So before, as they were like in this full sprint, now they're in this like careful walk towards you. But they are still following, regardless. But you did slow them down. They're not going to be sprinting at you guys at the moment.
Tyga is gonna look at Lorath, see what he's doing, look up the ceiling, look back at Lorath, and just hold up.
You look
the
up in the
bomb
ceiling?
bag with a question. Yeah, just look up the ceiling.
You look up in the ceiling. There's holes up in the ceilings, and 2 scorpions start falling down on you guys.
And then they get slower.
Yeah, they just get slow mid fall. Actually, let's do this. Everyone make a dexterity check, and they're not big. They're about maybe like a foot. Oh, okay, not big. They're a foot big. they're not
Yeah,
big.
chill the fuck out. What do you mean they're not big? They're
not
a foot.
It's just a
Motherfucker, what?
foot-sized scorpion.
Yeah, they're just a foot.
They're
They're
not
just
as
a
big as
foot,
the
bro.
ones ever chasing you. That's what I should
literally
say.
step
But
Sorry, dex check or dex save?
yeah, a dex check from all of you. I'm actually gonna do this and make it easier for everyone. I'm just gonna do.
Be sure to add your +2, guys. If you don't have your +2,
This ain't a saving throw. It's a check to save you.
Shit.
Well, we can make it a saving throw. No. I just want to see who
I
it
think we
goes
should make it a
for.
save. I think we should make it a save.
Acrobatics.
Where is that?
Do I get advantage because it's slower to jump on me, George? I don't want to get jump scared by the. Oh,
I don't want to get pinched.
There we go.
I know
There you
that she went she.
Happy noise.
Here you go. I rolled it.
There you go. I rolled the button.
It's
Don't
basic.
fucking touch me.
It's basically
Says
whoever
Samira.
rolls the lowest is where which scorpion's gonna go for.
I wasted a nat
I saw a
20
3.
on just a random
There's
die
3 of the
generator.
tide.
Mm.
Look at these 3 assholes. I think there's 3 scorpions now,
There's
George.
3 scorpions now. So
Well, one
these
of them
3
approaches now and he
scorpions.
stabs it.
These 3 scorpions start falling down, and they're directly above the 3 of you. What do you do before the scorpions actually come and land on your fucking face like some face hugger? Yeah.
Water with Max.
It's a quick fucking swing of my lance, and I'll throw a little wind lance at him.
Okay, make an attack roll.
There you go.
It's always with these children.
You know.
I get natty 20.
Okay,
You know,
that doesn't hit, by the way.
I know. I'm aware.
We'll get to you in a second. Roundak, what do you do?
Great.
You think things are like a foot long?
They're like this big, yeah.
I fucking grab it by its stupid tail
Okay. Make a
so I
grappling
don't get
check.
stung. I'm not raging.
Grab
so
stinger,
flat.
stings, squeeze tighter.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna be as it starts to fall down, you see Raldex just go. Do you do any? You just catch it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here you have it. And it's like trying to get at you. You can see that one big red eye like staring
Kind of
at
looking
you.
at it for a bit, like, okay, it's kind of harder than expected. Flick the top. Neat. And just fucking behind us.
Dude, rip off its tail. I need that poison.
And Tyga, I believe you're. Yeah, Tyga. What do you do?
Yeah. I was in the middle of doing something, so Tyga just is like in the middle of pulling up the bomb bag and like looking at Lorath, looks up and just gets a scorpion on his face, and he's just like, and unless Lorath intervenes, he's gonna grab the closest weapon, which is this bomb in this bomb bag.
Oh no.
Lorath,
I will.
you see Tyga
Oh,
was
no.
grabbing something, and the scorpion lands on him. And he's like, "Ah! Ah!" You're getting the scorpion off.
I'm gonna fucking. I want to see you blow us up. No,
okay.
I'm gonna shield and bonk the scorpion off. I'm not gonna use a weapon on Tyga's head.
Okay, make an attack roll.
No, I'm just gonna do this because it'll be easier.
You knock it and it goes and skits back. Tyga. I mean, not Tyga. Fallon. One moment.
Hello.
I gotta roll for the scorpion here. He's actually gonna sting you.
Mm-mm.
Unfortunately, the scorpion got too close to you on that very moment.
But you're immune to diseases and poisons. You're good, bro.
I'm immune to diseases.
Not poisons.
I sure wish.
No diseases for my boy.
He goes. The scorpion like falls onto your armor, and it immediately grabs onto it and tries to stab you, and just goes dink, ding, ding, dink, dink, and you just go. And
Yeah, okay, that's exactly what I thought. I was like, oh, okay, I just swatted. Like, fuck this thing.
Taiga, you now have free reign. Go ahead and do what you were gonna do.
Lorath has not told me no, so I'm gonna throw a bomb back the way
He was too busy smacking his scorpion.
Yeah.
Yeah, bud. Yeah, bud. Look, I saw something attacking my friend. I needed to stop it. I didn't realize that would come at the cost of our lives.
Yeah, this thing's gonna fucking cave in and kill all of us.
I mean, I pulled out the bomb bag. Like, should I use this, Scorpion?
We haven't said no yet, and we haven't said yes yet either. So maybe hold on there, Buckaroo.
I'm gonna look back at Lorath, nod, pull out a bomb, and throw it behind us.
Okay.
Good man.
Go ahead, click on the bomb bag, and roll damage for me.
I don't. Placement.
Throw it a little far.
You have 20 feet.
Yes. Ideally, I want to get it like right behind like the slow field. So it's like there's everything in the slow field and everything that's trying to get into the slow field.
Well, the slow field is in a 10-foot radius centered on Lorath.
Centered on Lorath? Okay. No.
So you will have to throw at Lorath.
No. I will throw it back. Sorry. I thought it was like a wall.
No,
my computer's skipping. So
it kind of has this like when you first enter a laundromat and you feel that little static that comes when you walk by the dryers and your hairs kind of stand on end. It's kind of like that.
Okay.
I mean, if you throw it just past the slow radius, it won't hit Lorath. So
he can only throw it 20 feet. So
Yep.
Can I like fucking extendo armo fucking push the bomb an extra 1 foot?
You have the psionic push or something like that, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you psionic push it, if you spend a key point, I'll give you another 20 feet. How about that?
Point?
Ooh,
Key point,
you
side
have
point.
a key point?
Side point.
I don't have key points. I do have this that can just move it though, because I'm assuming the bomb is less than fucking 5 pounds.
I think it might be. I'm not 100% sure. We'll say that it is.
Fucking
We'll say
action.
it's around.
Push it 1 foot forward.
We'll say it's around 5 pounds. Let's say you push it an extra 5 or 10 feet. Like you see the bomb like fly in the air, and Lorath, you just kind of stare at it, and a little jaunt. It gets pushed a little further, and as it goes a little bit further in midair, you hear this, and the cave starts actually crumbling in from behind you as the explosion rocks the walls around you. All of you actually instinctually cover your ears as the sound of the explosion in this close quarters starts to ring in your ears. The rocks start to actually fall down, and as the rocks start raining down behind you, you see that. One moment. Okay. You see that the cave starts actually collapsing in, and like an avalanche, it starts caving in towards you guys, and you realize it's time to run. And you start sprinting as this cave in starts to happen behind you. I need everyone to make a athletics check as you're now turning and running from the cave-in happening. This is to prevent you from getting buried. I'm actually gonna make it a little easier for everyone too.
No.
All right, that works too.
What?
16, 14.
I have a passive 23, so I'll at least hit the 14 even on that one.
Yeah, at least. Who rolled the 2?
Ooh, I know that
Samira.
Oh no.
Oh, she has the girl.
She
Ooh,
has the
hold
girl.
on.
Can we
Yes.
can we assist Samira as the
Yes.
group check?
Yes. Can we do that?
You know,
3 people over
already
20.
said I was picking up the rear.
There's a reason why I want to try to use the thing, but there's an average DC check for this. We got 1, 2, 3,
We got some pretty high
4
numbers, so-
successes and 2 fails. DC was 15. As
I beat by 11.
as the rest of you start running down the cave, as it starts collapsing in from behind you, Samira, you're not new arm, kid on you. You're not exactly
Like
used
a rock
to this.
falls right in front that halts my movement.
Yeah. It falls and it halts your movement, and you kind of pirouette and step around it. Samira and Pee Wee are kind of in the back, and as the rest of you kind of rush forward and kind of glance back, you see the rocks kind of fall in around them, and dust just kind of wash over them. And then you see the two of them run out of the dust as they nearly escape the cave in from behind.
Holy shit, that was scary.
The music stops, like the epic like running music, and then you hear like the dust settle, and then they come out.
As the two of you rush out, you're all together. Once again, you kind of start catching your breath, looking around. The dust starts to settle, and
You know they
things.
can dig underground, right?
Sorry, what was that?
Everyone else like, you know they can dig underground, right?
Raldak, as you say that, you can feel things underneath the ground just kind of moving through. A little bigger.
Well, there's only one direction to run.
Samira, as you think that, and as the dust kind of empties, you see that now you are in this room. A small 15 by 15 room with all you in there. There is no path further, but there is a small body of water that is about 5 feet in front of you. And as you're all focused on this little bit of water, you hear something that sounds muffled from behind the rocks. You can't really hear it clearly. It's just and you're wondering if someone got trapped in the beneath the pile of rubble or something happens, and then you see two figures come out, two echoes come out of the collapsed cave-in from behind, and you see the queen, Impa, the king, Fallon's father, Samira's sister start walking, and they're all kind of having this discussion with each other and heading towards the water. And you see the water almost paying no mind to the water. They just start walking towards it, and like walking down a set of stairs, they just disappear into the water with a group of Hylian knights following from behind, just kind of slowly submarining into the water, just walking.
And we all can see this, correct?
Yes, all of you.
Random question. Are they glowing in any way?
What, the cave or the water?
The ghost phantoms.
The ghosts, the phantoms, the echoes, they give out this same blue kind of energy wisp about them, the same glow that Samira Arms gives when she has the time shift stone installed.
Okay. So, and assuming that we can use them as walking candles.
It ain't a bright glow, I would say, but they have like this light that gives off about 5 feet. It ain't a bright glow, but
What you can see in the dark.
you could, if it can, when it does persists, you can definitely see them from a distance, especially in the dark. But right now, you, all of you are in this little caved-in area of the map with no path backwards and a very large, not very large, but a relatively large body of water in front of you.
Gonna check the body of water.
I would be
Becca would suggest following.
My
But
dad
my
got
computer's
hurt
skipping a
somewhere
lot.
around here.
Start.
We need to be careful.
Okay, so Raudak, I know you said that you were gonna check the water. You said the same thing too, right, Tyga?
He
I
is
could just hear-
changing his computer.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay, so
Skipping,
Raudak,
etc.
you're gonna check the water.
That's how he checks the water.
Oh my word.
Basic question of, is this just extremely stagnant water? It's just been here for a long time, or
So you go ahead and you approach the water. Make a survival or a nature check.
aha, I can do that. I was like, do I have any good skills in that?
Oh
That
shit,
sat
he
on
does
point
have
for me.
nature. Oh,
Yeah, I don't have survival. I have nature.
okay.
He's a nature man.
He's a nature man. Look at that.
I'm trying to learn about wildlife so I can become wildlife.
Raudak, you go ahead and you approach this water. And actually, let me go ahead and show you
Maybe
guys.
this person get to the water edge because if something tries approaching me, I can at least see it compared to
That would
everyone
be
else.
danger sense, my friend.
It's called blind sight.
You got it. One moment. As my son kind of distracts me from walking around behind me. I'm doing something really quickly.
Okay.
Actually, let me do this. Get out of here, Nadia.
We weren't supposed to throw her away that quickly.
Oh,
Yeah.
hello. Okay. Yeah, I don't like this. Oh, is this the water from earlier?
Yep.
Oh, fuck.
What are you on about? We
Who
were
am I
here
missing?
before.
Who am I missing?
Pee-wee,
Me.
Pee-wee.
you're in there.
You're
I
in
just
there.
see Dark Moth now. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna reload. I
No,
guess.
I'll put you right back in.
Oh, there he is.
Did that work? I guess.
No, I'm reloading Foundry. Nothing moved. I've been paused like forever. Blah blah blah.
Oh.
Oh, he next to this guy.
So.
Oh shit! Look at that.
All right. So, with that nature check, Raudak, you go ahead and you approach the body of water. There, you sense movement around you, and they don't seem to want to go towards the water. Actually, matter of fact, after when you get like maybe 15 feet within range of the water, any of the underground movement seems to kind of do a 180 and go somewhere else. As you approach the water and you kind of scoop it up, I'm gonna send you what it is. One moment.
Are we missing
Yes,
Tiger, by the way, or is he just invisible?
He's
If he's too far from your vision, he becomes invisible.
I was gonna say I'm like right next to him.
This little bastard. Hold on, I want to scoot. I want to play Find the Tiger. Oh, I can't see him straight up.
You just walked around him.
I straight up can't see him.
Yeah, because you have dark vision. You can't see him if.
That's funny.
Yeah. Look, see?
Roll.
Disappears.
Oh.
And he's back.
Oh no, he's just on top of fucking Pee-wee.
There's that too. Well, where's Pee-wee?
Pee-wee's
He's
on
right
top
here.
of you. Pee-wee's right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pee-wee's-
What?
You moved on to me. I didn't move on to you.
Yeah.
What?
You're
You
I
should
made
know
the
this.
joke so I was placed next to Fallon.
Am I gonna reload again?
Don't worry about it. It'll all. I can always do this. Hold on.
It'll sort itself out.
I delete you all and I put you all back.
shit.
oh,
Hey, it's the girl.
They're in the
Forgot
wall.
about her.
It's the girl.
But there you go. That's what you find out.
Lorath, Samira.
Mhm.
Is there an ocean near the Gerudo Desert?
Is this one of Radek's jokes?
no. I don't think I've ever heard him joke.
Well, his attempt at one.
No, he's pretty funny when he tells a good one.
I
walk
think he's
on
talking
up.
to you because I
Salt
sure should
water.
know. Oh wait, no, I remember things now. Do I remember an ocean being near the desert?
Mm-mm.
You have studied the map quite extensively. It doesn't show any oceans
Actually-
nearby.
Knowing the games, would there be any records from my knowledge that being an ocean in this general area?
Make.
I was like, wait a second, this used to be an ocean.
This is going to be a relatively high DC check. You are a historian.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a history check. See if.
I'm only going to say it because it's me.
Yeah. It's difficult to say because your main interest has never been the Gerudo Desert or anything in the desert. For a matter of
It's
fact,
just like information like it could have been, but it also might not have been.
yeah.
It certainly wasn't further past these fucking people coming here.
you would know that there's like small bodies of water and such
Mhm.
in the desert, but your focus has always been on the calamity. Just
Mhm.
very recently, have you ever actually started looking into the Gerudo Desert? And it hasn't been for anything specific related to its history. Yeah.
Just where the thing I'm looking for is,
Yes.
how it might relate to today.
Yes. You believe you may have heard something or read something about it, but
It could have
it's
been a different area. It's like,
yeah.
was that here? No, that was that other ocean. I think that one turned into a desert.
What?
What do you ask?
This is salt water.
What?
As everyone's kind of approaching it, Fallon, Lorath, you go ahead and
And these scorpions don't like it.
sure enough, it's salt water.
Maybe the salt from the
Ah.
surrounding rock.
Your nature check was pretty high too, wasn't it, Raldak? Yep. Okay.
21, yeah.
25 was the limit for the other thing. Raldak, you will also know, as you're observing the water, and you're kind of like, especially now that Fallon is like standing near you. At first, you thought it was light, a trick of the light, but you see very steadily the water is rising.
Lovely.
Kiwi, can you purify this water?
The water's rising.
What?
What?
Hide?
How fast?
It's not
That's how we
quick,
look for it.
Raldak. It's going up
If we have
steadily.
time, but
You will gather as I'm only gonna say it because it's you. You would gather maybe within the next 30 minutes, it's gonna make it up to most of your waist.
Oh my god.
I don't give many directions other than in. Not very pleasant.
This beach episode sucks.
Is there something on the other side of the? Can we dive down lower? What?
You can always check to find out.
I
forget, what are the
Well-
rules for holding breath? It's not you
Uh,
hold for
it's
con mod
concentration,
minutes.
Yeah.
Yes, commod minutes.
Yeah.
Yep.
God,
I got 4 minutes.
I have 2 minutes.
Breath's insane.
I have 2. I'll stick my my glaive down into the water and see if it lights anything up further down.
Okay.
Ooh.
You go ahead and you stick your glaive into the water. Make a perception check, and all of you kind of see, and it's beautiful for that brief moment when he, not even, however long Fallon does stick his glaive into the water, you can see the disturbance in the water makes this beautiful aurora effects on the cave walls around you. And you can see almost like glittering green stars just kind of wash over the walls of the cave. And as you're all kind of appreciating it, you can see large holes around the cave walls. Perception check. Fallon, starts to make a little bit of sense why everyone in those echo visions start kind of made that incline. You can see the water below the water. The ground actually starts to taper down and kind of go into this path. You can actually see the tunnel goes down and keeps going forward, but you kind of lose sight past a certain range of your, let's say around 40 feet. That's when you kind of lose sight of where it goes. You will also see that as you have the glaive in the water, very briefly, something seems to skitter away.
2 questions. 2 immediate questions.
Mhm.
And I turn and look at Samira. Levers. Do they like water? Can they breathe underwater? Can they swim?
DM?
You have no idea because you've never seen a lever near any body of water in the desert.
Loreth, I'm going to be honest. This is very, very unfamiliar territory for me.
Right? Second question. George, and I apologize for everyone else, stop me if you think this is a dumb idea. I'm going to say out loud, I want to put the drift globe, and I look up and I point into the holes, up. See if there's a nest above us. Because if this water rises, I can only imagine one of 2 things. Either A, they come out from up there into the water, or B, they pick us off while we're in the water. There's no other reason for there to be holes up there.
No, I'll just this one out loud also. Laura, do you still have that lightning sword?
Kinda. It doesn't do what you want it to do.
It's like, can you shock the water before we get in it?
That's
Kill
a
anything
great
I
idea.
can.
I can nuke the Ayo.
with the electric boomerang. Just
God, you have
Ooh.
before it gets up above our ankles or we get in the water. Piss off
Yeah.
whatever's in there and stop it from moving.
I want to go check on the girl because I have a question.
Okay. She is still situated on Samir's shoulders, and she's kind
On
of
her
like
back.
in awe of the reflections on the walls that were being given out by the light of your glaive.
Mhm.
But by all means, ask the question.
Do
Hey,
you
yo.
have a way to let us breathe underwater?
Uh,
I know you're good at casting spells, so I thought maybe.
I
Okay.
gonna move that back a little bit. There we go. No, keep it there. I don't think so.
Well, it was worth a try. He's back.
Ronak,
Hmm.
how long can you get in that water for? Do you think it's a good idea? Do you want to check what's above us?
Holes up there. I'm fairly certain those holes are kind of small. If the tiny little levers, there's no way in hell I could squeeze through one.
They're at
No,
at
I just
the
want to throw the light up there.
At the large, I'll let you know just for heaven's sake. At the largest, there one like the largest one that you can see is probably like 1.5 feet long.
Had a feeling.
Yeah.
Well, if you think there are things
Yeah.
hiding there, you can take a look.
Mhm.
We can't get out of here with them.
There's something in the water that moved away.
Yeah, but
I'm
it doesn't
aware.
like my wave, so maybe.
Someone put lightning in there to see if it calms down.
I was wondering if it's just fish. If it's just fish, it's fine. Look, we don't have a lot of time to just sit around idly
I don't
doing
know if I
something.
can
So
swim.
you're.
What?
Oh wait, hold on. Are you hydrophobic?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
don't
right.
know.
You can't. Yeah, you can't go underwater, can you?
No, he can't. He can choose to go underwater.
Okay, and I.
Yeah, this is a whole conversation.
Hey, George.
Yes.
I'm not sure how the numbers work for this.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I haven't asked the times we have to keep track of it, so I haven't kept track of it.
Mm-hmm.
I tossed one of the luminous stones down.
Oh shit!
Okay.
I have no idea how expensive luminous stones are because I think I've lost 3 of them so far.
2,500 rupees.
I have a lot of luminous stones.
Yeah, we mined the entirety of the underneath our base.
My God.
You probably toss in. I'll say you like
I just tossed in one
like
of
a
them.
glowstone from Dark Souls. You just go.
Yeah, rainbow stone.
Which is only about like let's say a 15 rupee worth of luminous stone. Something
Gosh,
small.
Sure.
I probably only have a few of these. Then I wouldn't have this many. I just don't know the exact cost of them, so I don't know how many I have.
Think of it. It's in monetary value, so think of it as having like a freaking satchel full of stones, and some of them are bigger than others.
I've left most of them back home, but I have a decent couple of them with me, so I have lights in case I need them.
You go ahead and you toss it, and you toss it like far on the far side of the water, like right over here, right? You see it kind of skip off the wall, and you see it just go down, hit the dirt, and then slowly start rolling forward. And it gets to. It's a hard to gauge thing, but you can see the glow of the stone rolling, and it probably gets maybe 30 or 40 feet before it just stops because there's this it levels out at some point. It might not be a complete level, but it just doesn't have the momentum in the water to just keep rolling.
Did I see any creatures when it was going down?
No. But you can make a perception check, and maybe I lied to you. Who knows?
That's interesting. Because I tossed it down to see if things were down there. Ain't nothing down there.
No. You and this is a small stone size. It glows, but it's not Fallon level. It's not that bright.
Yeah.
It sheds dim light, but the dim light's probably like within a few feet. It probably barely breaks the 5-foot limit.
Yeah, I can just see it though because it's glowing.
Exactly.
Really emit light.
Final question.
Mhm.
Right, left, right. So, at what point did we hang a left? At what point did we hit a dead alley?
Have we ever turned?
You have not turned yet.
Had a feeling.
So we got to keep going down this way to keep going. Fuck.
Well, there's nothing that I can notice anymore, so you know how it goes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if there's nowhere else to go, then this is it.
Yep.
As you're all kind of like
I'll
testing.
pull out another luminous stones and I'll start going down, just swimming down.
Ralak, as you pull out another luminous stone and you start going down, you
Can I get mental leak with him? Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Somebody is going to have to help Taiga.
I can do it.
I'm also more worried about the girl. No offense, Taiga.
Yeah, got this. Totally. Yep.
Yeah, you're awesome.
You see Taiga make a private roll it for me. Make a persuasion or deception check for me.
Well, I'm not intending to bring them all down with me. I'm going down to see if I can find the other side first.
Taiga's acting like, Taiga.
Well, can't swim.
Here you go, brother. Here you go.
Okay.
Brother. I got you, brother. I got you.
Oh shit!
I got you, brother.
1 minute of heroism.
I got you, brother. Don't you worry.
Dive in that shit right now. You
let's
got 60
fucking go.
seconds to be a hero.
I'm following Raudak.
He's going with Raudak?
Yep. I'll pat him on the back. Good job. Get in there, brother.
Intention, but sure.
Okay.
No. Taiga's just gonna wrap his arms around around
my waist. Fucking sure.
Okay. Fallon, are you heading in there too, or are you just standing at the edge of the
I
water?
gotta kill Fallon when we get out.
Bro, I gave him no fear. Like, he's so
Don't
cool.
you move, Samira.
Kill themselves. Let's leave.
He doesn't know how to swim, Fallon.
He can. Hey, Samira.
She
He
says
can
as
hold his
both
arms
Raudak and Taiga
around
go
Raudak's
beneath
neck.
the water, and Raudak and Taiga, you both start going.
It'll
I'm
be
right
fine.
behind him. I'm right behind him.
Fallon
I have
looks
a
back and
passive
he goes,
23 athletics, just
I'm
so
right
you're
behind-
aware. I can swim in most things.
Fallon right now is probably safer in the water than up here with Samira.
Yeah, 100%.
You don't think I can take you on with a girl on my back?
That girl can kill me so fast.
Okay,
So- Oh, go ahead.
the three of you go ahead and you dive, and we're gonna separate from this from the outside group for a while. And you all hold your breath. Tiger, you're holding on to Raudak, and you're on his back. I'm gonna assume, like, with your arms around his neck.
Yeah.
And Raudak,
Just
you're
like-
going.
Making sure not to choke him, obviously, but just
Mhm.
like just like arms on the neck or just like holding on to like his shoulders.
Very clearly, it's like you just want to hold on so you don't get left behind. Raudak's a
Fallon,
very strong swimmer.
Fallon, you go ahead and you follow shortly after. After like Samira's like, he doesn't know how to swim. And you're like, oh shit, and you gotta go into the water. You take like 2 or 3 steps, following them into the water, and realize your armor's heavy, and you just like
Yep.
like the iron
I have the
boots.
iron
You can
boots.
take it
Yep.
off.
I
I
got
mean,
the
to be
iron
fair,
boots.
I'm basically running on the bottom of the water myself. I have the
Yeah.
ball and chain.
Yep.
But I'm insanely strong.
Yep. So all three of you start moving beneath the water. And it's very fortunate that Fallon's
hidden
light
ability.
is there, because even with your dark vision, some of the hidden crevices would
I'm
be.
mostly relying on blind sight to move.
Mm-hmm. And you see the stone. You go in there, the first 40 feet easy. We'll say it took about 15 seconds to get there because you move slower in water than you would normally. And Taiga, you're feeling great. This is water. Water ain't
So
nothing.
much water.
Yeah, it's just fucking water. Whatever.
Oh, no. the most water I've seen in my life.
This is gonna go great whenever it fucking wears off and he's gonna explode underwater. I'm gonna be so sad.
You guys travel additional 20 feet. You don't see anything here. You can see the cave walls are slightly murky due to this due to some sand and soot, but it's not obscuring your vision too far. About 60 to 70 feet you're able to see ahead of you, and what you do see as you're starting to swim deeper, going about 80 feet into this system, holding your breath, 30 seconds have passed. You see like little bits of flora just kind of floating in the water.
Oh,
Further down, you can see that there's these kind of look like frogs in the distance, and you can just kind of see them going. And as they get closer, they are frogs, and they kind of look at you and go. And they swim up some of these tiny little holes and kind of bury
Can I grab
themselves in them. You're gonna grab a frog?
Yeah, I want to
Go
grab
ahead.
one. Yeah.
Go
This
ahead.
is for Laura, dude. I've seen Laura fucking take frogs and make shit. I'm gonna get some frogs.
Go ahead and give me. I'm gonna say, give me a straight dexterity check. It's gonna be a high DC because you're going
Strength or dexterity, or are you saying
just dex, just straight dex.
Just
Yeah,
Straight dex, okay.
it's gonna be a high DC because you're trying to reach for it.
17.
18 was the DC.
Damn it!
You go, and you're not. You're under the water.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
not
underwater.
100% of the resistance, and you just kind of touch his feet, and you kind of grab it and goes into the hole and disappears. Taiga, neat frog. 45 seconds. You guys keep going deeper, and further down, about maybe 90 to 100 feet, you can see there is a tunnel that splits into two.
Oh, fuck. And it's still
Right, left,
underwater.
right.
Yep.
Oh,
Right.
fuck. Right, it is.
To the right, to the right, to the right, right.
And I am going very fast.
Okay. You start
Fast
swimming.
as I can.
55 seconds, 120 feet. You start going towards the right, and you're swimming. Raudak, make a dexterity saving throw.
Can I see the effect, or is it blind sight based effect?
You can kind of see it. I'm gonna say you see it, but you're not aware of it at the same time.
So no danger sense is what I'm hearing. It doesn't make a difference.
Same.
The flora seems to
The
try.
Fallon's close, +2.
Should have gave you disadvantage since Taiga was hanging on to you, but I'll let it be.
Well, danger sense has natural advantage too. So
Let's just call it a straight roll then. As the flora kind of comes near you, you can feel it kind of try to wrap around you, and there's a moment where you can actually feel tension, and you kind of pull away, a little weird, and you keep on going.
I assume I see
Rip
that.
Oh, Fallon, make a perception check or intelligence check, whatever.
It is glowing down there, by the way, as
It
a
is.
humble
There is
reminder.
light.
Yeah. I'm not saying he didn't see it,
Well, you know.
but I am saying he didn't really see it. What it
Yeah, I
looked
ran a
like.
big brushed across Radak's wrist and broke away from it.
Yeah,
Normal thing, just
what it
plant.
looked like, Fallon, is as Raldak was swimming, it just looks like it kind of got caught on his leg, and he just went and like ripped it off and kept swimming.
Neat.
He didn't seem bothered by it.
Neat.
60 seconds, and you're underwater, Taiga.
I expected to tighten up.
Yep.
I think I'm already holding my breath.
Yep. And
I did have to cast it at moment.
Samira and Lorath will hear. Why did I do this? Why did I do this? This is a bad idea. Why am I here? What am I doing?
Make a Constitution saving throw, Taiga. As you're kind of panicking under the water, this is to see if you can keep your breath under the water as you're panicking, because you might just go like let the air out.
Okay.
It was
If he fails.
well, no, he's good. Taiga, you start to panic, and you're like, like you can kind of hear this like.
Feel the grip tighten, like
Yeah. You guys go down a little further, 150 feet into the water. 1 minute has passed, about a minute and 15 seconds. You keep going. The tunnel persists even further. You don't even see the second path, and you don't know how far it is. I want 3 of you to make a perception check for me.
Uh-oh. I don't like how low that was.
Okay. Radak, you're focused on going forward. You have plenty of air in you. You're good to go for
Right. I'm not worried about it right now.
You're good to go for a little longer. Taiga and Fallon, on the other hand, it's been almost a minute and a half, and you're starting to like struggle to hold your breath, and you're immediately thinking, I gotta turn around. And you start looking around, starting to panic a little bit, and then as you're both kind of looking, you look up and you see there's this little break on the ceiling of the cave here.
Okay, I'm not stupid. I'm gonna make sure that there's not another layer of water before I open my mouth. Yeah.
You're gonna go ahead and swim up and see there's
Like if it's actually air.
Yeah, you go ahead and you.
I hope you're linked to me mentally, Taiga.
I am not, but I will like tap you like dump, 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 dump.
Back. You point up.
Yeah.
Bring you to the air.
Fallon, you go ahead and you start swimming up, and you. Yep. about a head high, and then shortly afterwards, you see Taiga like pop up near you, and then Raldak, all you see is like Raldak's face just kind of like
it's like Taiga's there. Raldak, claws are in the other ceiling around, heading there so Taiga can like relax for a moment.
Okay.
Yep.
This is
good.
much further down than I thought. Okay. Good thing that
Waste all the air.
Yep.
Grab Taiga, take a deep breath, go down.
Taiga. This sucks.
I can do heroism again, but it's gonna use my spell slot.
I'm already gone.
Yep. I was just checking to see if I had something, which I do not. So it is what it is.
Okay. You all 3 of you deep down. As you're all gonna go further down, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
As this expedition further down the way continues, we're gonna go back to the other group.
And just in case something happens, I'm letting Samira and Lorath know. Ooh, look, air pocket. That's great. That's good.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
we're going again.
Awesome.
Oh, we're going again.
Let me. When the heroism wore off, did you send them any signals or anything in your head?
Yeah, he totally did.
Did
Yeah, I'll
you-
just.
Mhm.
Oh, how was I doing? How was I doing this? Why am I doing this? Water. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, air. Air. Okay. All right. Air pocket. Air pocket is good. Oh, we're going on again. Okay, here we go. And you both just hear the audible.
Now,
Wonderful.
before you guys receive that, and I will let you know when you hear that message. What have you been doing as they've been exploring beneath the
ultimate
water?
Okay.
of it. A minute and a half
So
of it.
Yep.
this is what has been going on. Lorath would have walked up to the three that are around him, and he's on like one knee. The little girl's like, no longer on Samir's shoulders, and he's like, "Okay, so have you ever swam before?" And he says this, but he glances to everyone else, just talking to the little girl. It's like, so I assume no, right? So when you go in, you go, duh, you hold your breath. Yeah, just like that. See how good he is?
I'm learning.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know
Now here,
this.
let's all walk into the water together, and I'm holding her hand and Pee Wee's hand, and I'm assuming Samir's holding the other little girl's hand, and Lorath is gonna teach them how to hold their breath and dunk their head underwater,
Okay.
and just be like, and it also he'll go, oh shit, so his armor comes off, just being a good teacher to the best of my abilities.
Samira,
Mm-hmm.
I've asked you once before, and the question comes back again.
It does come back around, DM.
Can you?
Can you swim?
I want to say yes, but if you have an argument for no,
I don't have an argument for no. If you there are some oases you could have always spent time.
I feel like that's something her and her sister would, do.
No, this
She's
is
culture.
Fallon. Tyga said he's terrified of water. It's totally up to you if you're good with water or not. So
I
if you're
can fear a lot of things, like birds.
fucking
Wonder why.
coward.
How deep are those oasis?
Some of them go pretty deep. At the deepest, some of them go will be like 8 to 10 feet.
Damn, that's a deep oasis.
Your feet have never been far from the
It's
bottom.
like a lake.
Yeah,
Yeah, our feet have never been far from the bottom.
yeah.
I would say, like, especially for her and her sister, and being part of more of like an actual organized like group of soldiers, it would be something that at least be touched on. Maybe she's not the
At least
most
tread some water.
Yeah, I wouldn't say she is proficient by any means,
Mm-hmm.
but she's not afraid of water.
We can
All
fix that.
Very good. Today's the
Bound to
day.
learn.
Today's the day. All right. So as you march, I'm gonna put these guys a little further. That's the wrong screen. I'm gonna.
Here, we're all playing in the water. By the way. I'm teaching them how to swim. I'm like, do like the frogs do.
Yeah,
Oh,
And I'm like,
So
we're just sitting in the shallow end,
Yeah.
still waiting on instruction that all is good.
So I would like you guys to make a persuasion check for Sakura.
A group persuasion check?
Well, I would say Lorath and you, because it's the two of you together.
I can
Yeah.
only imagine Pee Wee is freaking the fuck
Yeah.
out.
I feel like Samir would be like translating for Lorath and
Yeah.
then also like assisting. Like, okay.
I'm like drowning Pee Wee as this is going on.
It's
You
really
will
hard
make
to
a
say.
different type of persuasion check.
I
then.
almost landed on that one. Oh my gosh.
Dude, we're in sync. We're a band.
Let's go.
Lorath and Samir are teaching a child how to swim.
You go ahead and
What good parents we'd be.
And an old man how to drown.
before you go ahead and you dunk your head in the water, and you start practicing. Every like 5-10 seconds, you go in, you come out. You go in, you come out. You go in, you come out. You go in, you. What the fuck is that noise? And you look behind you as you pop your head out the third time, and you see the caved in rocks are starting to shift.
Lorath does not panic. He's like, all right, we're going to go on to the next phase, okay? So now we're going to start swimming out a little deeper. He is so like, hey, I've been in a panic situation before where people were uncomfortable and he needs to teach on the fly.
Mhm.
Like, I've been in a fucking like a rampant. I assume Laura's been like in a rampant waterfall with like a dwarf who's just like, I've never swam before. It's like, all right, this is what you got to do if you want to live. So shut the fuck up, and pay attention. So he's kind of like doing that. He's like, all right.
With the calm emotions or stillness of mind or whatever that is.
So, calm emotions from what?
No, not calm emotions. I was thinking.
You're
She has stillness of mind.
stillness
Yeah, I have
of
stillness of mind.
You're activating that. You're like, just
It's like sees the moving rocks, and then also the fact that Taiga was in her head going. It's like
It would be at this point where you start hearing the messages from Taiga, and it kind of like sends you into like a little short panic until he goes, "Oh, good, there's air."
There's
I
air.
will
Oh, we're going
also-
again.
I will hand Samira the drift globe and say, this is how it works. This is what you need to do. Blah, blah, blah. So she can activate it. And then I will say, you may use it, and the command word is light, which will both activate the drift globe and my shield. So we both have a little beacon on us.
Immediately, both of you are blinded. Ah!
And we're gonna keep practicing for a little bit until we gotta go. Because I'm teaching 3 people how to swim all at once.
you're teaching
No,
two.
I know how to swim. Here, I'll keep us calm. Are you ready?
You're
Please
just
consent.
teaching two.
I'm gonna calm us all down.
Okay.
Perfect.
You're chilled.
All emotions.
For a
You
minute.
all look as this happens, Pee-wee, as this you send out the calm emotions through everyone. Everyone, you feel relieved, you feel relaxed. You hear the rocks behind you. You see this scorpion taking up most of the cave behind you, and it's like, and Lorath, you're just like, yeah, time to go.
So in about, I think I counted about 90, maybe 100, maybe a little bit longer seconds, we'll get air, okay? So the directions are right, left, right. Are we all ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, and then he dives down. Pee-wee, he grabs your hand and he like places it on his hip, like, you hold on right here, you little bastard.
And Samira will guide Sakari's hand to hang on to her.
Yeah, she goes ahead and she's kind of like this now. Like fucking, she's zooted right now. She's
on anesthetics.
She ate some gummies
She's
and now
extra
she's calm. So you just drag her like a cult leader leading children into the deepest part of water. She just goes into the
I'm
water.
glad it's you dragging her and not the almighty Pope.
As we keep going, I want to message Taiga, because we have that, and go, is there anything we need to look out for? Or is it just look out for the air? Or are you screaming?
Well, let's move back to their group.
The fun part is, there was a thing, but we didn't notice it was a thing.
Yeah.
I just immediately broke through, and Fallon didn't notice.
So as the 4 of you, and it's funny, as you're kind of like slowly explaining this, and you're all kind of looking at the scorpion like charge after you, Lorath, you're just kind of like explain everything. You're like, all right, now we're just gonna go into the water, and you just all slowly submerge into the water as the scorpion like starts charging, and you can see it as you like go about like 10 feet below the surface. You can see it go and like stop at the edge of the water, just clapping his fucking little pincers.
They could have just surfaced at the back of the cave and started firing spells at it where it can't fight back.
Yeah,
There you
yeah.
go.
There you
Thanks,
go.
spotting a boss.
Too calm to care. Got to teach people how to swim.
We return to the three that are further ahead.
Divers.
You went down the right path of the tunnel, and you're swimming, and you're going through. As you're swimming down this end of the tunnel, you see these little ethereal blue lights that just kind of sway. And at first you think it's some type of plants, but then you see that there's these bone-like structures, and then you realize they're hands just floating in the water. And the tunnel itself is about 7 foot wide. These hands are kind of just floating 3 feet from the cave walls, and they are in multiple directions. They give off this blue ethereal light as they just kind of drift in the current of the water as you're swimming through. You have a few minutes to your name, and you've got about 20 or 30 feet deep into this second cave, and you haven't seen any sight of the third one. I should say, not the third one. You've went the right path. You haven't seen the second path yet, is what I'm trying to say.
The second split.
The second split, yes. But you see these ethereal skeletal arms just kind of floating around in the cave as you begin to swim on through.
If one of them grabs him, fucking snapping it and ripping it out of the wall. Straight up.
Okay.
I think it would be fun to just fucking plop down my little my little luminescent frost burst and just fucking off them. I think that'd be fun.
Let me see something. I gotta see what
Like, I forgot you had that.
Yeah. Here you go. I get it 2 times.
You can give it a shot.
I can give it a shot. I do want to try.
Okay.
So we'll do that ahead of us in such a way where we don't obviously get hurt.
Mhm.
And I will just explode them pretty much immediately to see if we could just get rid of the hands.
All right. So, Fallon, you go ahead and within a 30-foot radius, and there's not much room in this tunnel to begin with, but you go ahead and you spread the power of your glaive, and you kind of stab it into the murky sand beneath you, and the three of you see up ahead, and the hands kind of stop moving and freeze in place. And Fallon, you get about 6 of them, and then you immediately detonate them. And you see, you can hear this as like little miniature mines are set off, and you can see that these blue skeletal hands just and kind of dissipate one by one. There are still plenty ahead of you, but the path ahead is a bit clearer. The water gets pretty darn cold as well.
Yeah, pretty cool.
It's the reverse of someone peeing in the water next to you. You just get this sudden cold feeling that washes over you. And indeed, when you go ahead and you use this on the hands, you're able to kind of, as you're all trying to swim around them, you see some of them kind of try to grab after you, but you kind of cleared out some of them enough so you don't really get got.
If it looks like we can't get past some of them, I'm just gonna grab a torch out of my bag and just hand it to it. It's like, here you go.
Grab this. Here you go. ADHD. Grab it.
Okay, how about this?
If you don't have water bombs, might as well give them something else that's
We'll
equally
say-
worthless to me.
We'll say one of them gets close enough to grab you, and you pull out the torch. You're going to be the deciding factor on this. On 1, it grabs you. On 2, it grabs the torch.
Okay, great. This is a 2 moment, dude. If this was ever a 2 moment, it is
Dude.
now.
Yeah, you flip the coin.
On
Let's
2
see what
grabs the
happens.
torch.
Yeah, on 2 grabs the torch.
Two.
It's a fuck.
Okay.
Well,
Raldak.
it's getting broken in half and ripped out of the wall.
So I'll explain.
I already warned it.
You'll rip it out of the wall. I guarantee you that. But Raldak, it goes ahead and like you see it like start reaching. You go, here's the torch, and it grabs the torch and goes, and it just grabs your wrist.
I grab it in return.
Make a Constitution saving throw if you would for me. You're gonna rip it out of the wall, but its touch is what does this. Ooh,
Oh,
shit!
miserably low roll.
Oh no, the
Time.
+2's on there. Oh
Yeah,
no.
+2 is on there.
Yep. So here's what's gonna happen. You
+10. Jesus Christ.
you are gonna take 7 points of necrotic damage. And you're gonna lose 1 minute of your breath. And you see bubbles kind of burst out of Raldak's mouth. And he goes and rips the damn thing out of the wall. And as you rip it out of the wall, it just like disintegrates.
Yeah.
Hey, go shake my hand. Move on.
I will say that the
A quarter of my breath time is still longer than either of you have.
Yep. Don't let us get touched by those.
I will say the DC is a bit easier going forward for this next thing because I'm gonna have you
aware of what it
guys. You guys are gonna make a athletics or acrobatics check. The DC was pretty high, but since Fallon, you kind of popped some of them, the DC is lower. And Taiga, I will say, since you're on Raldak's back, you're just gonna have to take what he does.
Pathetic roll.
I will give you. How about this for you, Taiga? Give me a dexterity saving throw in case one of them like tries to grab your butt or something.
All right.
Because you're kind of holding on to Raldak for this. Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
He doesn't
You're
care.
fine, bud.
So the DC was lowered, which actually helped tremendously because it was like an 18. It's been lowered extensively because you blew up some of the arms. Some of them in this tight enclosed quarters try to grab you, and you're able to circumnavigate some of them. It takes you about additional while you're in this path, it takes you 1 minute to get about 100 feet, and you're able to see the other split begin to happen.
I am looking for air pockets.
Making a perception check.
I think Tiger's also looking.
Actually, if I could,
Mhm.
like just as we're going, if there's any that like obstruct a path for those behind us, I might just like stab it as we go by.
You're gonna try to
Or
stab
just-
him.
Or just like throw a
Aerial
dagger
blades.
at it. Just like phew.
Yeah, he does have psychic daggers. Those are
Yeah.
magic daggers, dude. He can just fucking throw that shit underwater whenever he wants.
What's your range on those daggers?
60.
60.
Oh god, yeah, you can snipe off the back of that
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Not very
Yeah.
big.
Well,
So, yeah.
even though they're psychic daggers per se, I would imagine that it's a range attack, so this will be
Yes.
cut in half. But it's not a big cave. You can definitely
Yeah,
do it.
and it wouldn't be like at any of them I see. It's like, oh, there's like one in the middle of the path, or like there's one that's a little closer than the others. I just want to make it easier.
Safe.
Still. Yeah,
Let's
safe.
say with this, I'm going to set the DC for it. There are a couple that do it. Go ahead and make it an attack roll. I'm going to have the DC for the attack set in my head. Okay. go ahead and make an attack roll. And I'll let you know if you're able to hit any of them. And I'll tell you right now, they don't have a lot of health. I don't know why I made it 17. All right.
And I mean, and if there's a group of them, I'll burn a side ice and
blow them up.
you're gonna do the storm?
Yeah, and do the storm and just attack.
All of them. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Make it easy for the people behind us. Let's go.
Yeah, make it easy
Okay.
for people behind
I
us.
will say you're spending a resource. I'll roll 3
It deals
attacks.
lightning damage too.
It sure does. There's
So,
it's
Not
not
that it
big
super
lightning
matters,
damage.
but you know.
Yeah. I would imagine he's throwing toaster oven.
Everyone dies.
Okay.
it's
1
you.
miss. 2 misses.
Wow. And then a third one or 3
Third
total?
one, yeah. For each success, you're lowering the DC for them.
2 10s, 2 4s. What the fuck?
Yep. So, okay, I DC's been
Success,
dropped.
2 fails. Yeah. Just make sure to check my side dice.
And it should automatically take it off when you click the button.
Yes, it did.
Fallon,
That is like once or twice I found that it didn't. I was like, oh, hang on.
as you're swimming, and you're a little behind Raldak and Taiga. You see the other path, and you're looking around, and you see it's a bit distracting because Taiga's like throwing daggers, and you see these very slow moving daggers through the water kind of strike these hands and just kind of pop. And there's this little charge that you can act, even though it's from a distance, you can actually feel a little bit of that electric charge reach all of you, in fact. But thankfully, it's not a powerful enough electrical attack to do anything. But as you're struggling to look around and you search for anything, you don't seem to spot anything. And at this point, it's been 1 minute and 15 seconds.
Perfect.
Taiga, as both you and Fallon are encroaching that 2-minute mark, you start to and you push forward into the right path, holding your breath. About 1 minute and 30 seconds when you as you head towards the split down the right path and look at the split ahead of you. Which path are you going to take? Or are you going to turn back
right?
and try to go for air?
Right, left, right. That's
Okay.
our combo, so.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, this is such a terrible idea.
So
If I notice them making the dying sounds, I'll help them look for an air pocket while we go.
okay.
Make an air pocket. Make an air pocket.
I will
That's not
say
how that works.
Raldak, go ahead and roll perception. Or perception.
16.
You hear them. You can feel Taiga like kind of tensing up, and he's like trying to keep the air inside him as best as possible. You're like, they're dying, and you start kind of glancing around, and you see
Out, I can still breathe for a while. What the fuck?
you see a little hole that must belong to some type of creature. It looks burrowed out, but it seems that there's at least enough air in there to breathe.
I'll try to get Taiga up to it.
Okay. Taiga, you're immediately
Go.
holding your breath, and you feel yourself start ascending, and you look up and you see that Raldak is taking you to this hole, and the closer Raldak, do you just like shove him in there, or you just let him try?
I'll get close to things so he can breathe. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna shove his head into it.
Tiger, when you get to the hole, the water is flushed against the cave, except for this hole that it's at. You're gonna have to kind of shove your face into this tube, to get anything out of it.
I'm going to shove my arm with the psychic blade up there first.
Make an attack roll as you go.
Yeah. Just, I don't know if anything's there, but yeah. Nope, nothing's there.
You go in there and you go like a blender. You kind of go around and you scrape the edges of the wall really quickly. A minute 45. You're having a tough time. You can't hold it.
I can hold my breath for like 3 minutes. Come on. I got a +2 con. It's fine.
Yeah.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
It's 1 plus. It is 1.
It's
Plus,
1 plus your con.
Well, there you go.
It can't be 0
shit.
minutes.
Yeah.
It's a fucking peasant jumps in the water, dies.
I
hold her
really
back,
like
dude.
it happening.
I mean, a lot of normal people can't hold
Negative
the
con
phone in
just
like
dies.
10, 15 seconds.
No. It's at the minimum 30 seconds. So even if you have a negative con, you got 30 seconds. But yeah, and then
You
and
all
then I guess I'm
die.
gonna go for it.
I'm allergic
You go
to
ahead,
water.
Tiger. You and as you breathe in, something breathes back and latches onto your face. I need you to make.
If I notice it coming in latch onto his face, I'm grabbing and squeezing. I
Understood.
apologize in advance.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Hey,
Do you succeed? Yes. You feel something kind of pulse into the side of your face, and you realize it's poison of some sort. And you kind of pull back and yank away. You receive 6 points of piercing damage and 3 points of acid damage from a lever biting you, and you pull back. And you, as you pull back, you pull it into the water and go and like lets go at the sudden realization that it just hit water. At that time, Raldak, go ahead and make an attack roll as like you're going for it now. Oh yeah, that hits. You. I had to make sure. I'm like, yeah. You go ahead.
Low roll too.
You're just grabbing it, or you're
Grabbing it, pulling it down, just crush.
So, you grab it. It's strength thing high. You go ahead and you like pull it into the water, and it's a strange sight watching this thing kind of try to figure out how water works. And you see it's when you pull it out, it's like maybe 6 or 7 feet long. But it's about like a foot or two thick.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just this long serpent-like creature just kind of flailing about and squirming in the water, and you know for a fact that it's drowning. It's not in a spot where it can
I guess I grabbed it like the head, so it's just getting crushed.
Okay. And you see just Talia, your breath has been renewed, but versus
I go for a breath too.
no,
Now it's already gone.
I will also breathe. I enjoy that.
I wish to breathe.
As the three of
You
you
might die.
Why do I have a breath?
take your breath and immediately start going back further into the path, as there each breath that each one of you took, the air pocket just shrunk ever so much, and the water kept rising to a point where Raldak, you actually had to like kind of claw out some of the rock for Fallon to get a little deeper in there. But as soon as Fallon was got the last bit of air, it's now like too far for anyone to reach their face into. And you must continue further down. And all three of you start going down the second trail. As we circle back to the other four, who are now kind of swimming through, and very calmly at first. In this,
Oh, well, hold on. Hold on.
Mhm.
Hold on. One last thing happened. Hey, Chris, are you here?
Hey, you cannot. You can't
No?
do that.
We can't do that. Oh, we just
Not on
swim.
stream. You can't do that.
Okay, never mind then. Go on, George. Someone pushed out.
It was his idea, not mine.
Tyga has answered their question and has been relaying general information. And now that I remember, I'm also connected to Pee-wee, so I will be giving it to the three of them.
All right.
Just go.
I also had an idea to possibly conserve some energy. Is to swim close to like the sides of the tunnel and like pull along instead of just trying to power through.
Okay. Understood. As the four of you start going down, and you're going along, and Samira, the idea, you start going along the cave walls, and both you and Sakura are going. Sakari start going along the side of the walls. Not very proficient in swimming, but it does help out in the long run, as you're able to make a pretty substantial progress moving along. You do notice that after a minute, and all of you kind of going about 100 feet within, that there's the path does split. But
You
as
go
you-
to the right.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
As you excitedly go forward, and you're keeping an eye out for the air pocket that Taiga mentioned to you going down. I want each of you to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
What is this water cave? Everyone rolls their shit.
I'm a fish.
One moment. Okay. So, as you're pulling along the cave and you're all swimming through it, there's this moment where you feel secure.
Sakari?
I keep saying Sakura. Sakari kind of like stop and pull you back. And you see, as you turn around, you see she's kind of like pulling you back, Samira. And she kind of looks like she's in a panic. And you notice that there's this grass-like flora that's wrapping around her legs and kind of pulling her into the side of the cave wall. Laura,
Immediately start tearing.
Yep. Make a attack roll. Laura, as you're swimming, you feel. I think you're right next to Pee-wee, right?
Pee-wee's grabbing my hip. Yeah.
Yeah. Pee-wee tugs, and it feels like he's trying to take your pants off, and you're like, "What the?" You turn around and you see Pee-wee's not there as you're getting yoinked down into the bottom of the cave as these
My whole ass. I'm cutting this fucking bush up.
The seaweed grabs onto you. All right. That's gonna hit roll damage. And you two, Lorath, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Yeah, I'm fucking chopping some trees. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
No, you're going to kill me.
Man, you need to roll like a 2 to fail that. You go ahead and roll.
I was damn close there, brother.
Go ahead and roll damage.
It's look, bud.
Okay. You both, Lorath, immediately you like start hacking at it, and you feel that it takes a little bit. It gives after like maybe 3 or 4 swings until it feels like it just lets go of you. Samira, the same thing. You start grabbing it and ripping the seaweed.
Rip it.
Yeah, and I need Lorath. I gotta roll a Constitution saving throw too. Lorath, I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw. Shit.
Let's go.
Okay,
Buddy, I'm breathing.
You maintain your air. Unfortunately,
My 3 minutes.
Unfortunately, the girl does not. She's in the midst of her panic. You see this big bunch of bubbles like escape her, and she's already starting to drown.
How do I save? How save?
That's the question. What do you do?
Look up, find light.
Wait, what?
Look up, finding light, finding the air pocket.
Okay. I will say
I'm trusting Samira to find her. I'm looking for air to guide her.
Okay. Make it with advantage because you guys have been guided to this point. Ooh.
Bless.
Good eyeballs.
Let's go.
You remember the words of Taiga, and you start looking around, and with the light that from the drift globe in the shield, you immediately see that ripple in the ceiling of the cave. And Samira, you go ahead and you embrace God damn it. Staying Sakura.
Akira.
Yeah, Sakura. No, not Sakura.
It's Sakari.
It's Sakari. Don't stop it. Don't gaslight me.
Stop, bitch.
God, what happens when you don't name the characters?
Samira, Shakira.
Stop, bitch.
You hold on to her, and you see like Lorath immediately catch sight of it, and you start rushing up with her. You all rush up, and one by one, regain your air. Okay. It's at this point when you breach the surface of the water. You hear her. God damn it! Not Sakari. Not Sakura. Sakari.
Sakari. Sakari.
So you hear Sakari. You see Sakari like coughing and spitting out water, and she goes, I don't think I can go further.
No, you can do it. You can do it.
Please.
We can stay here. We can stay here for a little bit. We can stay here for a little bit. It's okay. There's air right here.
She's like, you hear her like kind of whimpering.
You've done so good, but I think I have an idea. And I'm going to take out of my, I'm going to grab the top of the roof and kind of hoist myself up to the best of my ability and try to telegrab out a mason jar that I have and cap some air and hand it to her and go, if you need a breath, I don't know if it'll work, but in an emergency, try to into this, okay?
She takes the jar.
We'll practice together like we did before we came in here, okay?
Okay. She takes the jar. How are you gonna show her? Out of curiosity.
I'll put my head underwater.
Mm-hmm.
I will grab the jar and
Mhm.
I will make sure that I can do it.
Okay.
Like I'm gonna put the jar under my head and bubble it and try to breathe, or I'm gonna try to put it over my nose and try to breathe a little,
Okay.
just to get
As
like
you-
just a little bit of something.
As you go ahead and you try, what happens is this: you try to inhale, and as you do, the glass just suctions to your face, and
Mm.
not only that, you find that it's pretty difficult to even attempt to do that because you have to do it like perfectly vertical, because if you do it like this,
Mhm.
water immediately rushes in and you immediately realize the folly of it, because if for whatever reason you panic, it's just full of water immediately. You have to uncork it.
It's even worse. Yeah.
What about like um a
What about
just
Bolo
dumping
was
out
here?
the water? Yeah. What about dumping out the
Would be
water out
helpful.
of like
For
a
any
water skin?
Oh, she can drink the air, so to speak.
Drinkable water.
Done.
For air.
I grab one of my fucking. How many water skins did I have?
You had a few.
Yeah, if there's
Yeah,
a way to put air
one of
into like
my
a water
8
skin.
water skins.
That is a
Fucking
different
squeeze
beast.
this bitch out.
Yeah, that's
What
a
if I
different
cast-
beast altogether. Because what happens is when you squeeze out, water skin is made of leather. So it's made to retain water and not let it out. So when you go ahead and you squeeze it out, you kind of like inflating a balloon. It blows up. Not a lot, mind you, but you go ahead and you go
Mhm.
below and you give it a shot. A lot easier to do. And you do
Enough for 30 seconds at most.
at
Can I try something
the
different?
minimum. It does buy a little bit of time, I will say. It's definitely a pretty good move to do. It works. It won't buy much time, but it might buy enough.
Hey, it saves a panic. What you been trying to say, Pee-wee?
I want to try something insane. Okay, what we need right now is motivation to get to the other side of this water. Are you ready?
I fucking do this before he does shit.
Earlier, please look over us as we swim through these dangerous, crazy waters. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know how to swim. I'm having all the faith in the world in you. Come on, Shakira, say it with me. Ha ha ha, you've got it.
Oh,
You're
preach it, girl.
motivated. Go and preach it. Yeah, you tell him, Laura.
Here, while
gonna be
you're
a
listening to
super
Pee-wee,
time.
try this. So look, it works. It works, right? So like while she's getting motivated, I'm gonna show her that it works. I'm gonna give this to her. Like, try it, little shit. Like, here, try this.
Yeah, you little shit. Yeah, try it like that.
No, don't say. Dunk the little bastard underwater.
Pee-wee, you were like 30 seconds into it, and he just ruined your spell.
Fucked up.
Cast it again, pussy.
You go ahead, Pee-wee, and you go and chant, and you try to inspire those around you. And for those who choose to take it, for as the minute he takes to cast a spell, you are motivated for an hour. Walnut Dankgrass. He was one powerful
I saw
Deku.
that too. I saw the name and it made me smile.
I will 100% be demotivated by Pee-wee.
Okay, so
No.
well,
I'll take his motivation. I'll
Okay.
take it.
you gain 5 temporary hit points, advantage
Ooh,
on
more than
wisdom
that.
saving throws, and if an affected creature is hit by an attack, it has advantage on the next attack roll it makes. Oh, cool! That's pretty fucking neat. All right, keep that in mind that you have an hour of that.
I've had this worthless spell for all of Pee-wee's life.
I want to let you know right now, Chris, you just subtracted my temp HP by 4.
No. You can choose to like when you get temp HP, you pick which one to keep.
I'm gonna keep my higher one. Fuck you.
And he's so demotivated, he's motivated.
The three of you are motivated.
Huey, can you just breathe underwater? I've been meaning to ask.
No.
Are you sure?
He's a plant.
My knowledge of Deku's and waters is we bounce 3 times, then we fucking die.
Wait, what? I didn't hear you, Chris.
We bounce in the water 3 times, and then we die. I don't know how I'm alive.
So
I'm scared.
it's pretty funny as you guys are in here. Pee-wee, you're so buoyant that you're actually like kind of slamming against the top of the cave wall. So as he's talking, he's just like poof, poof, and you have to struggle to get beneath the water. You can do it.
He's so buoyant.
George, I would love
Wait,
to
he's
share with you
buoyant.
something that we're not saying out loud because we're streaming. You enjoy that.
Oh, this is the message you sent me, Judge.
Yes.
Wait, so just to note, Pee-wee is extremely buoyant.
Yeah, so we can
He sure
we can
is.
grab onto him
Like an empty
like
log.
a fucking balloon,
Yeah.
and then he can just fling us to the surface at literally any point.
Mm-hmm. He sure can.
All right,
When
we
he
all ready?
chooses.
Well, yeah, I'm so ready. Do you not hear my speech?
He says as he hits
Get the heck out of here. Can we go?
Grabbing him by the leg and pulling him down like, all right, like a fucking balloon.
He ties some stones to his fucking ankles. All right, yeah, all four of you go ahead, and you go ahead and you dive down once again, and we go back to the other three. As you continue down the second pathway, everything seems calm. There's no disturbance. There's no movement from what any of you can see. You do see that beneath the sands ahead of you, little bubbles just float up just as the cave goes ever further on, and there's little streams of bubble, and you kind of look up and you see that above the ceilings there are little tiny pockets, maybe one breath for each person that gets to it, because these bubbles are rising up and kind of staying on the top of the cave.
Collecting on the top.
Yeah, thank you. Collecting on the top of the cave ceiling here, and not you wager that what you can get maybe one good breath every like 30 or 40 feet out of these, but the whole pathway leading down this path, and you can see the path about 80 feet. It's a little shorter, that you can see the fork kind of split.
Based on the size of the bubble, how many bubbles does it take to make one of the bubbles that we can breathe from? And how long does it take for those bubbles to collect onto the top? Is it going to be long enough for the previous people behind us
I never
to be able to
There's a
get
lot
the,
of them.
I never made
Can I fart?
fighting.
Can I fart
Mr.
and make a
Owl.
bubble?
There's somebody there and
I
happy.
breathe my own fart.
Inhale.
We fucking get up there just like we're literally gasping. We're actually actively dying. We're bleeding. Just fucking. We get up, vomit.
The
I know Lorat's going to take from this one. Let me fart.
you can make.
Gonna kill him.
Here's the thing, you can't guesstimate by just like a glance because you guys are moving. if you want to take the time, you can investigate it and see how long or how many bubbles it takes.
I ain't got
Because
that's a Lorath thing.
yeah,
We'll let Lorath do
it's literally you have to stop and kind of watch, like, wait there and watch the bubbles float up for it. It's not an instantaneous thing, unfortunately. You reckon you would probably lose maybe 30 seconds of your time trying to figure out how much.
Not worth it.
Yeah.
I'll
but-
take one towards the end and be happy with it.
Yeah. So you go ahead and you start pushing forward, I believe, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You begin to push forward as
Now, hold on. I'm going to clarify. We do get breaths at the very end before we go.
you're going to go ahead and get breaths at the
the
very end.
end.
Okay.
Yeah, at the end, like at the end of our
The
breath.
last few we'll grab.
Yeah.
Okay. As you're swimming through, and you're starting to approach the path, before you go up and grab a breath, which path are you taking?
So it was right, left. So we don't want to do
Yep.
left.
Third path is left.
Okay. I would say it took you guys 1 minute to get from the beginning of this path to the end. So you're going to start heading left, but before you do, you all head up and you I need all of you to roll a constitution saving throw.
Oh shit! Oh no! Here we go. It was all bad gas the whole time. Saving.
Ooh, so
I've had worse things.
that was a journey. That guy
What a
has it.
journey. What a
Two
journey.
Oh
fails.
god.
I'm drowning. I'm dead.
So here's what happened. Raldak, as you go and you suck in a little bit of the air and you taste something's wrong immediately. And you go ahead and you try to like pull Fallon and Tyga down. It's like breathing in rotten air.
Methane.
Stench is unbearable. And you grab the two of them and you try to pull them down, but they already took in deep breaths. The two of you are gonna lose a minute of your breath by doing this.
Oh.
As you cough out the air that you already had in you. You're down to another minute. And time's running out.
We gotta get some air.
It takes a minute to get back, and we don't have a pocket back there anymore.
What do you guys do?
Keep going.
Only have one direction.
All right.
Yep.
You start.
Looking towards the top of the
That
cave
air.
as we go for the sake of any air pockets.
For those of you looking for anything, go ahead and roll perception checks.
We gotta get this.
All three of us are looking nowadays.
Yeah.
All
I
three
guess
are
where
looking.
everything is.
You see Raldak just he's grabbing the cave walls and he's just like immediately you start beaming off. It takes 30 seconds going down the left pass until you find it's a straight shoot up. Like you can't even you see this wide hole about maybe 10 feet wide just going straight up. And you see that it's been carved through. But you can see that there's
Clean
nothing in
carved,
it.
or just
How smooth
Clean,
is it?
like something
How-
borrowed through it.
Okay, so it could
Okay,
be like
so
a
not like
morphose. It could be a lot of
manufactured.
Now, not manufactured, but it's definitely something definitely created it. But I would say with your sight, you don't see. It's a big enough hole. It's not like the tiny ones where you, "Ooh, what's in there?" No, it's a big enough hole that you see that there's nothing in there. But after a certain distance, especially some of you have 120 feet of dark vision, you stare straight up and you see it keeps going and going and going and going.
This is a big one.
But you immediately fresh air.
I did realize something as you were saying. I go clawing across. I can just claw my way through here at normal speed because I have climbing speed right now. I can move at full speed in the water. That's horrifying.
Sort of. It's still technically swimming, because you're underwater. I'm just giving, a little, because even if you claw and drag yourself underwater, you're still going against the resistance.
I have resistance.
Yeah.
I can move incredibly fast.
But it's like those people who like train for like surfing, where you hold a rock and you're just like pushing through.
Yeah.
You see, I have that hippo mobility.
Yes.
Really dense, but I'm really fucking quick. As long as I can get to the surface.
Man, Raldak, if only you prepared for swimming today.
Believe me, we could have sat in there, fought the scorpion, and given me an hour, but I could have selfishly just scouted the entire tunnel. Just did a short rest. But everyone else could have died in the meantime. So
there was always that possibility.
When you said the water's rising, like, how much time do I have? Like, 30 minutes. Fuck. I can't justify it anymore.
As the three of you are able to kind of settle down, Taiga, very close call. You and Fallon, both of you had like you started to develop tunnel vision at the very end of this. It's lucky you spotted this. But whenever you guys are ready, you may continue further.
Yep. And make sure Tiger knows to relay to the others, do not drink the air pockets. They are bad.
Bad air. Bad air.
Better. One moment. I need to check something. Okay. Now, it's interesting. I think all three of you will fucking know this. Hold on.
I have the lowest perception by 7, so
Nope. It will be Taiga and Fallon.
What happened?
So Taiga and Fallon, as you're here and you're taking a breath, there's a moment where the both of you kind of get a chill, and it surprises you for a moment. You start looking around, and the two of you kind of look at each other as you're trying to figure out what's going on, and you can see a piece of Fallon's hair just like kind of move.
I want to look up.
You look up and you feel very, very lightly a breeze.
Is this the only way forward, or was there more tunnel?
There was more tunnel.
Okay.
I'm gonna glance at Fallon if he's doing anything. Otherwise, I'll probably poke my head up.
You feel the breeze too, Tiger. The hole goes pretty deep. It's beyond your dark vision sight range.
there's nothing within sight saying this bad.
Yeah, but this could be the layer of something pretty big. So let's assume maybe that it's moving either away or towards us if it's creating a draft of some kind.
Well, if you've got your breath, let's go.
Yeah, okay.
Tell the others to be careful. Just get the breath and go. Cool.
Relaying everything.
Which is going to help because the whole time you're relaying this information back to them. The DC is definitely lower for the party on the other side. And fighting any breaths. And there's a moment where Samira, you hear Tiger go, better, better, better. And there's this like little moment of panic that all three of you kind of hear from Taiga. You haven't made it there yet, but I'm just letting you know that he panics for a little bit before he goes.
Okay.
And the three in the air. the three of you, it's kind of really scary too, because you guys are diving in a cave, which no spelunking experience, essentially, holding your breath, and every so often you hear this child going, "I can't breathe."
Not helping the situation.
Yeah, not helping the situation.
Definitely really doing a good job at keeping calm.
Calm
But
emotion's amazing.
yeah,
You don't have it anymore, though.
yeah, it only lasted so long. But the three of you dive down and you continue forward down the left path. And as you're, I think this is left, right.
We did take the left path.
Yes,
'cause it's
yes.
right, left,
Right, right,
Yes.
left, right.
I have to keep track. Gotta look at my list. As you go ahead and you start going down the left path, you start to see little fishes. They're kind of you can see them from a distance, the fishes, and they're kind of pudgy looking. And when they swim around, they're like pretty slow. Let's say we keep the thread going. I want all of you to roll a perception check really quickly.
One more.
Ooh,
Not even looking. I'm just swimming.
yeah,
Just keep swimming.
fish.
Just keep swimming. Well, everything I've touched in here so far has been bad, so
Pretty much.
don't want to touch these anyways.
All up to you. Now for you, Tyga. You need a roll, if you would, please.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Any more? Fallon and Phoebe. Fallon. Fallon.
Bad.
Uh,
I mean, if you fail, you can roll
Yeah.
a d6.
it's, it's honestly a 17. I'm not gonna even ask. Fallon and Tyga. Fallon and Tyga. As the three of you are continuing down the left path, you start to get a better view of the fish, and you see that they have serrated teeth. But that's not the thing that kind of catches you off guard. They don't really care about you per se. As a matter of fact, some of them kind of stare at you, and you can see that their eyes kind of have this little yellow glint to them. Their scales are blue. They're about the size of a basketball, as round as well. And you look at them, and one of them kind of looks at you, and they have this like little antenna on them. And when one of them kind of sees you and like freaks out, let's say it's one of the small ones, one that's probably like as big as a regular fish, like a little Nemo, Finding Nemo fish. It has a little antenna too, and it kind of sees you and freaks out, and you see that antenna glow yellow, then red, and it starts like swimming away really fast, and you see it blows up.
Fucking knew it!
Oh,
When we started describing it, said to Luke, these are bombs.
These
Yep.
are fucking explosion bombs.
he literally sent that a minute ago. Oh,
George is
All right,
trying to kill us. He's just trying to kill us.
Oh, they have anglerfish things for bait. No, those are fuses. What a defense mechanism. Self-destruct.
I may die, but I'm taking you with me.
Now,
Why don't you just not die and run away?
It would be funny if I pulled out the bug net and tried to capture one and put it in the bomb bag. But I think we'll be okay.
So while you guys are swimming through this path, what do you do?
Relay information.
Mhm.
You know, one of them explode. Okay, I can avoid these things.
Be careful of exploding fish.
They have a little dangly thing that beeps and flashes and then goes boom.
Explodes.
I would like, knowing that the fishes spook easily, I would like the three of you to make a stealth check. Do not spook them, for they won't blow you up.
A stealth check, you said.
What if we do the opposite and intimidate the fish into blowing up
Yeah,
around each other?
can I look at him
So
real
bad.
strong?
I'm sorry, what was that, Fallon?
Can I look at him real strong and tell him to go away?
If you want.
That's not gonna work. I'll just do the disadvantage stealth check. Unless I get advantage, not advantage. Get rolled to
Neutral
normal
in
because
water.
I'm in water.
Can't really clinking.
I would say, yeah, just make
Clanking
it
of
straight.
armor, big vibration.
I would say straight roll. Nah, it's good.
Fair enough. Thank. Yeah. You
Should have
know,
rolled with disadvantage. Might have been
yeah,
better.
you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
Okay. The three of you, as quietly as you can, try to maneuver your way through, and you start swimming, and it's going well. You're
George, I'm gonna stop you right there. We're gonna go to these rolls. We're going fast. Let's go into our rolls. We're not going slow and stealthy.
you got it. Then let's
We have
move-
an 8 and a 3.
Okay. Let me finish. You start going slow at first. And Raldak, there's a moment where like you're trying to adjust yourself, and because Taiga's holding on to you, you kind of adjust yourself and you go like this, and you feel something like brush your hand, and you look at it, and you see you smacked one of the fish accidentally, and it starts spinning around, and you see the fuse light up, and as it's spinning around, Fallon, you're in the background, and you can hear this audible dunk, 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 dunk. And the fishes kind of look at you and go, and they all light up. All of you, I need you to make a
Yeah, here we go.
Fall
Yeah,
to
just-
the ground, full speed.
make I'm gonna tie this to Taiga's check to you, Raldak. Make both of you, Fallon and Raldak, make an athletics check as you're like, you're going off, and you're gonna start like swimming away.
Time to go, bro. Time to go.
Yeah, and cursed to roll stupidly low this fucking dungeon.
Okay,
Fucking waterway.
that's gonna be okay. So what's gonna happen?
So many fives.
This is gonna reduce the damage you guys take. As you see the fishes kind of freak out, you're like, time to go. You start swimming and clawing your way through the dirt as fast as possible. You get about 30 feet away before an implosion kind of happens. It's the strangest thing. You hear and you see the water kind of expand out and then get sucked in, and you can feel the wave, the shock wave from all of these explosions, some of them pretty close to you as well, ricochet and come towards you. I'm gonna roll the damage for this really quickly. These are
I'll pull Tiger underneath me so he gets shielded from most of it.
uh,
I know I can take it a lot better than he can.
yeah, well, this thing's tied to you. But
Yeah.
here's how we're gonna roll it. I'm gonna take away 3 of the dice from this damage. You're basically getting bombed. But I'm gonna take away the damage from the bomb itself on this. Let's see. So you're gonna lose 3d6 of damage on this one. So you're gonna receive 3d6 of damage from this explosion. Might be pretty low, but I rolled pretty good on the first 2, and the third one kind of sucked. 13 points of force damage as these fish explode and kind of push you out forward. I need all 3 of you to also roll a Constitution saving throw. You have to beat a 13 or you lose a minute of air.
I just have to beat a 3.
You have to beat a 3. Yes.
I beat a 3. It's not
I
much
will-
other than a 3.
You ask for a 13, you get a 13.
Perfect. You all. Yeah, the concussion of the blast kind of like ripples through the waves and kind of propels you forward. You actually speed through. You see some of the rocks also fall down. Thankfully, because it was underwater, the force of the explosion was kind of muffled. But sound waves do kind of travel through water, so you do get that force of the sound. Kind of moving through your body and doing internal damage to you. But you're kind of propelled forward and you move like 30 feet forward from this explosion. And then for a moment you freeze and you feel your body lurch back as you're all pulled back 10 feet because of the sudden explosion and then the suction of this explosion. You look back as you're kind of swimming away. You can see like bubbles of smoke just like rise to the surface. And you continue on.
Well, we removed the threat from there.
There's still some around there, like 1 or 2, but they're not. They're not. Yeah, they're not as threatening as they were before.
Scratch that. There might not be bombfish.
There's I've probably heard that explosion if you're underwater.
They wouldn't hear it, but they will probably feel it. On the other end, you guys might hear something just kind of. When you're underwater, you can kind of hear the water, I should say. There is that like sound that you hear when you're fully submerged underwater as the pressure of the water is like pushing up against your eardrums. And there's this one moment where it sounds like someone just like knocked on wood like multiple times, and you just hear like multiple sounds of knocks. And you hear Tyga shortly after go, never mind, there might not be bombfish.
Look, if you're too close to a blue whale whenever it makes its sonar, your eardrums can rupture. So yeah, I think we can fucking hear these explosions.
Yeah.
You're near a submarine when it does its sonar, you can just explode and melt on the inside.
Yeah, you guys are like
really dangerous.
You guys are actually like a couple hundred feet away. They're a couple hundred feet away from you at the moment. So it does travel to you. It just sounds like someone knocking a few times. You do get
really fun.
What's up?
I don't know. Because I'm not sure if Tyga's explaining anything because I don't think I've given him time to explain anything. I assume everyone else is still up waiting for us on the shore.
Oh yeah.
I don't know they're in the water yet.
That's true. You're just scouting.
Yeah, I'm actually not sure if Tyga knows that they went in.
Have they mentioned it? Probably not.
Probably not. But you start to reach the end of the left pass, and even through all that excitement, and it's only been 1 minute, you have a couple minutes still within most of you. The other has a lot more than that. But you see this path split once again, left to right.
Final turn. The right.
Right. You go ahead. Right. You go ahead and you start entering the right path. And we'll circle back to the other 4. As you enter the first pass, following the trail of Tyga, Raldak, and Fallon. Tyga relaying the information of what's ahead as they go through. You can see through this tunnel, Pee-wee, Loratha, and Samira, the skeletal hands that he kind of mentioned. There's not very many. You can actually see like little blue remnants just kind of floating to the top of the ceiling. But there are like these 2 like skeletal hands, like every I want to say like 10 or 15 feet. They do kind of slightly block the pathway of the cave, but it's not as difficult to circumvent them as it would have been without Fallon, Raldek, and Taiga essentially decimating them. But if there's anything you would like to do while you're traveling here, let me know.
Not go up into the first air pocket we see for
No,
fucking
you want to
sure.
go into the fart hole. What do you mean?
No fart hole, please.
The air pocket before the hands was good. The ones after the
Yeah,
hands sucks.
the air.
Yeah, but well, I guess we wouldn't know that y'all drank all the air, so I guess we'll look for an air pocket before the hands.
You heard about the bad air pocket after the hands. There was a brief moment where Taiga did mention there was an air pocket and then it disappeared after they kind of sucked it dry. But
I'm just gonna keep a glance out to see if there is another one before the hands.
Yeah, go ahead, make a perception check.
Oh, could miss something.
Look with me, friends. Look with me.
I shall look with you.
Got it. Don't worry about it.
Now, you did take a fresh breath before getting into this second tunnel here. You did take a breath before heading in here. I'm going to keep your perception checks in order. You're gonna spot something that looks available maybe about 40 or 50 feet away into the tunnel. It's a good there's a bit of air in there, and it's kind of a flat curvature. Maybe one or two people can get 2 full breaths out of it before it's completely gone.
Is it away from the hands or during the hands?
It's you have to pass one of them to get to it, but it's otherwise it's like in the middle.
Okay.
But it will refill it'll refill the air like in Sonic the Hedgehog for 2 people.
Yeah, let the little girl and whoever else wants it.
Yep.
Probably you.
I'm absolutely chilling. I have plus 3 con.
Pee Wee, what's your con?
I'm plus 3.
You're plus 3? Okay.
You take it. You have the girl.
Okay.
All right.
I am plus 2.
So let's see if any of you get fucked. As you're swimming,
that might change things.
Yeah, it might change things. As you're swimming through and kind of avoiding what remains of the hands, I need each of you to make a dexterity check to see if you can avoid them.
Fuck off me, hands.
Oh no. Oh,
you're getting there anyways. You're fine.
Mm-hmm. Oh, one more person. I'm here like
there, it's fine.
I'm here like, why isn't she rolling? I'm like, oh yeah, it's me. All right.
What am I doing?
Samira, as all 3 of you are swimming by, miraculously, you're able to circumvent the hands from grabbing you. The DC was lowered enough to unfuck you from that situation. You make it halfway through before popping back up, retrieving some air, and then diving right back down. You are Lorath and Pee Wee are going to be a minute short as they're coming to the end of this pathway. Samira and Sakiri.
Sakari.
One moment.
Samira and Shakira.
Okay. Won't happen again, I promise. You will lose 30 seconds at the end of this path. And you continue on to the next, being guided by Tyga's words and continuing on ever forward, where you see the bubbles that he spoke of rising up through the air, and you see the little, it's beautiful, especially in the light given by the drift globe and the shield, and kind of that water reflection just kind of reflecting off the edge of the cave walls. You know for a fact, don't breathe in this air. And you gather you have a bit of time to spare to make it. It's actually one of the situations where it's a all or nothing rush, because you know any air given here is not going to benefit you at all. So you push forward, losing another minute from each of you, until you make it to the third path. Now, this time, on this path, you know about two things. You know there's a air pocket that's really good. You start looking around for it. It is easy enough to spot, especially with the two bright sources of light following you around. And all three of you just reach up, gather air for you, all for you. And you see that huge, large tunnel as you all pop up for air. That seems to go on forever. And the light seems to irradiate a little further down just because of how dark it is. And you just see that it goes into nothing as it goes straight up.
Terrible thing to say, but I really want to know what this is.
How is Sakari holding up?
She died a while ago. You've been pulling along a corpse.
Yeah.
You've been pulling a corpse.
Sakari is she's a bit shaken. If she wasn't drenched in water, you would imagine she would be crying right now, because every so often she's just that little sucking in motion when you're crying really hard and you go. She's kind of doing that every so often.
Simmer will help get her to try to float on her back, and then place a hand to try to keep her head up.
We do have another calming thing for the child.
What'd you say?
Iwi, do you have another calm emotions?
Yeah, I can do that.
Rather that. And I get up real close and whisper to him to where only he can hear, 8th level spellcaster, not lose her fucking mind.
What?
It's the spell.
Yeah.
Once again, you're all chilled for a bit. For 1 minute.
I wanna. Hey, Samir. Let me grab that drift globe real quick.
Sure.
Wanna grab it?
Over.
No, it's gonna come back to you after this, because it literally has to. So don't worry, okay?
Yeah.
Grab it. Underhand lob into the air. Hey, George.
Uh-huh.
Daylight.
Oh, okay. Give me a moment. I'm going to take a piss. I'll be back.
Oh my word.
Oh, let's go.
That's a feature to use.
I want to see in this cave, goddammit.
Gonna blind fucking everybody in there.
I definitely let y'all know what I'm about to do. It's also painfully obvious.
Flashbang. What?
Hey guys, I'm gonna throw this orb of light, and every time I've done this, it's been very bright. Are we ready this time?
Who are you?
Along with us all being zenned the fuck out, like, yeah, alright.
But do they take your warning seriously when they're zen the fuck out?
Do you think if I go pee now, I can sync up with George? I'm gonna go pee.
Yeah.
Go pee, go pee, go pee. Sing, sing, sing,
Go
sing,
pee,
sing.
go pee. I feel like it would be at this point, like, Samira would show, like,
He did not sink. He did not sink.
Oh,
he did not sing. Would
All
start
right.
to feel like, or look tired.
Mm-hmm. So, George,
Daylight.
I tell them all while they're all calm with emotions and go, so clearly this is going to happen. I've done it so many times. Let's not get flashbanged this time. 1, 2, lob.
Okay, so you
Daylight.
go ahead and it's a bit difficult to do because you're in water. You're literally throwing straight up in water. You manage to.
Oh, I thought we were like climbing on top of this little.
Every time you go for
Little
air
bank.
pocket, you're surfacing and kind of staying
Yeah.
afloat.
We don't have.
Oh, I'm
we're
sorry.
treading.
I thought it was a little like a little bank that we could like climb on top of, like a separate cave system. I apologize.
So I'll reiterate them. So when you're above on the surface of the water, you're like the hole itself is probably like 3 or 4 feet above you. You can, like, if you really tried, you can reach up and grab onto the edges and probably find a foothold to grab onto if you really wanted to. But otherwise, you're kind of up above the surface of the water, and you see Pee Wee just like as you guys surface, you use Pee Wee and you popped up, and you see Pee Wee just kind of floating there. Like the log he is. You could throw it. I'm not saying you can't throw it. I'm just saying it's a little difficult for you to throw it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's
This
a
is like
10
Smear's treading and trying to help Sakari
Yeah, I
to
see,
like
I see.
float.
Yeah. It's a 10-foot wide hole. It's just so you grab the drift globe and you kind of angle yourself and like throwing like an iron ball in the
A shot
Olympics straight up. You just chuck it, and Lorath, as the force of the throw pushes you, like starts pushing you below the water, and you just go daylight. As you the ball goes up around maybe 30 to 40 feet as the spell activates, and daylight is shown, and you can see that the light of the tunnel goes up much further, and I want everyone looking in here to make a perception check. Flashbangs!
Ah!
Pee Wee.
by your own spell. Shit.
The light is not as bright as Hylia. As you stare up into,
Fuck off.
That makes me so happy.
as you stare up at the hole, and you see this blinding light, maybe 200 feet up, the hole kind of does I wouldn't say a 90-degree turn, but it does kind of taper off, and you see it kind of turns to the side. You lose sight of where it goes after that because you can only see the churn, and that's about it. Lorath and Samira, it's a sudden burst of light, and even though you're staring up and you're trying, you know it's coming, but it's still pretty bright, and it's a 10-foot wide tunnel, but you only have that one space to look at, and the light just kind of flashes you brightly. You can see it goes like maybe 100 feet deep, but no further than that.
I think most of Samira's tension is on Sakari.
The drift globe starts to rocket back down, and as soon as it gets close to you, Samira, it just bloop, it like kind of hovers and then trails behind.
No enemies. We can sit for a moment, get some information, calm down, and get our bearings. Kind of mainly just focused on the girl and looking at Pee Wee every now and again, like, have you lost your mind yet? No, I'm not going to acknowledge it then.
No, this is fine.
She's under calm emotions and she's just like very indifferent right now and looking around.
Hey, I know this really isn't a lot of fun, but you're doing great. And we're more than halfway there.
Thank you. I
I know
really
you don't-
needed to hear that.
Yes.
This is very stressful.
You say 45 minutes into your calm emotions.
45 seconds, but yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I know the
Should we,
spell's gonna wear off. Oh, go ahead, Samir.
Should we get going before it wears off?
Are you good?
It wears off right then.
Dang it.
This sucks.
The stress comes back, Pee Wee.
It's instant. This sucks.
Sakari goes, yes, it's... And she's chatting like her teeth are chattering now. This sucks.
All right. Man, y'all really hate swimming. It's just like
It's not so much hate. I would have pictured that Samir's tired by this point.
Oh.
Like, this is the most she's ever swimmed.
This is Samira. You are like, here's the thing. Even though you're resting right now and kind of getting your breath, you are like, your breathing is slowing down. You literally did back-to-back dives, which you're not used to.
Nope.
Your heart's
It's not
racing.
so much like she can't do it. It's, well, yeah.
Yeah, your heart's racing and you're steady in the water right now. But you got to keep pushing forward. You know, you're at a point where you know you can't go back. You're probably halfway there.
Yeah.
It's nice to take this short rest, this little short rest, if anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even given time, even floating in the water, you'll get exhausted. Staying
Yeah.
in one place.
I'm gonna give everybody some water. Make another little water skin pouch thing. Blow some air into it and then hand it to Samira.
2
Yum.
skin sacks of air.
Yeah, she'll take it but she's just like kind of like just looking upward, almost like just okay, like that's she just looking upward so that way her mouth is like above the water so she can breathe without having too much effort. She just like reaches her hand out and is just patting the water for like where the water skin is.
You kind of put it on. You got
All
floaties
right.
now. You got 2 water skins. You put it under your.
I love it.
All 4 of you prepare yourself once again and take a deep breath and dive down.
All right, we're going then.
You continue down the path further and further. And then the bright light shows you about fist-sized little fishes swimming around. You see their antennas. Not a lot of them. There's probably about a dozen, but they're pretty spread out. You can see there's some of the stone parts of the walls of the cave are recently collapsed. There's still a bit of disturbance in the water because of the explosions that you heard maybe like 5 minutes ago, maybe a little more. You guys have been swimming. It's been a short time. You guys, all of you have been down here in this water for maybe about 10 minutes. at the very most. But you see some of them, and you take Tyga's warning, bombfish, and you can see that they have this little yellow glint in their eyes when they're swimming around. And it's kind of like how a pufferfish kind of does that clumsy bobbing swimming as they swim around. And you know that you have to get through them somehow, some way, without them popping on you. What do you guys do?
I'm gonna point at Pee-wee. I'm gonna poke Pee-wee and point at Samira and just kind of like shoo him off.
I nod.
And I'm gonna swim off to the right and be a big old dummy and try to attract their attention. I will get one. I'll swim out there and I'll hit one. No, I'll just swim out there and just fucking flail like an asshole as I'm swimming out there, just to try to get their attention while the other three circumnavigate all the bombfish.
Okay. Make a intimidation check. You have to beat like a 5. But who knows?
Here's the one.
So you go ahead and how close do you get?
I mean, I get.
Wait.
I
How
get,
far are
like-
these?
The closest one is probably within 30 feet.
30 feet? If it were like, and when it explodes, how big is the range?
You don't know.
We have
unfortunately.
no idea. I'm gonna assume
I could
10
ring
feet.
of the ram it
Okay.
if
All
we're
right.
still far away, because that ring of the ram can reach out like 60 feet.
All right. What do you want to do with the ring of the ram?
It says, you can try to break an object you can see within 60 feet of you that isn't being worn or carried. So it would set the bombs off ahead.
Mm-hmm. If you want to go for it, by all means, click that ring.
Is that a bad idea, Mitch?
I don't care what you do.
Yeah,
I'm out here pissing off fish. Clearing a path for the boys.
I'm just swim.
Okay, roll attack for me if you could, please.
Ah!
Oh, I'm about to swim with the fishes. Let me tell you.
Lorath.
Would you say this is a ranged projectile?
Yeah.
It is a range magical projectile.
Would you say it's a ranged magical projectile, sir?
And in this very short instance, you can see the rams heading towards you.
How appropriate. George,
Wait, I thought this was before
I-
he swam out.
can I?
Yeah, no, I will say this is Dory. You're doing it as he's kind of swimming out, and you're like, maybe I can push these fish. Or you could.
I want to Captain America and fucking Thor's lightning this with fucking Iron Man. You know what I'm talking about right now? I want to fucking reflect this ram
It's a
in
natural
a different
one.
direction.
You may certainly direct it
I-
whichever way you want. There's no
I
roll for
fu-
this. It's a natural one.
I see fishy. Ram go to fishy.
I told you you'll be able to use that shield.
Yeah, after I change the fucking thing.
Hey, it's a ranged magical attack. It's definitely
Let this be known for Matt. Mark this fucking down. How many real life months has it taken outside of this thing to be used as a fucking light source to be used? God damn it!
I'm gonna start doing that more to you then.
Samira, you go ahead and you get ready and you throw out a punch and activate the ring. The rams the rams come out. And you hear underwater you hear "Whoa!" as they sound their call underneath the water. The force of the water and all of you kind of get shuffled around. Some of the fishes kind of spin around as this happens. And Lorath, you feel yourself get pulled back as something just kind of like gets let loose, and you turn back. You see this ram's head coming towards you. And you're like, no! And you get the shield and you reflect it. Where are you reflecting it to?
To fish?
To fish. You go ahead, and as this is about to hit you, you're like making like faces to the fish. You're like flicking it off.
I got you.
Oh,
To the
you
fish.
You don't need a hit. It was a natural
Oh,
one.
okay.
It was a natural one. It was going.
Okay.
You auto succeed because it's a natural one. You ram it off your shield, and you see, and some of you hear that as this like magical, forceful radiance kind of ricochets, and there's this little bit of light that kind of sparks off, almost like a firework being let loose, and the ram is reflected off the shield, and you see the remaining fishes get pulled in by the force of this ram, and they spin around. And if you've seen pufferfish get stuck, not pufferfish, a jellyfish get stuck in the current of the water and starts twisting around.
No.
All of these fishes are spinning around, and you see their antennas light up one by one, and you just see as they all explode a safe distance away from all of you. And the way is cleared.
Gorgeous. Wonderful.
Good teamwork.
Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
It takes
Totally meant to do that.
Loretha just look at you, give you a thumbs up, like, yeah, good job, partner.
And you all continue your way through. And we'll circle back to the other group. Taiga, Raudak, and Fallon. You're in the last stretch of it. You look around. There doesn't seem to be anything here. There's no disturbances. The water is very calm. As you're swimming forward 10, 20, 30 feet, nothing seems to happen. "40 feet. You're all kind of on nerve after everything you've been through. 40 feet, 50 feet. You keep swimming. You're all kind of searching around. 60, 70. You see an incline heading up. About 30, 40 feet away. And you begin to swim towards it. And one by one, you surface. On the other side of this passage. Raldak, you now have to go back and guide everyone through everything.
Yep. Catch my breath.
Yep.
Tiger's talking to him. Start coordinating. Like, okay, so they're ready for us to come guide him back.
All right, I'm gonna make sure the
Do they
Tiger's
hear
good.
the ram?
No.
What a good question, though. What a good question.
What about the current of several dozen fucking fish
So,
erupting?
By the time you got to them, we're basically out.
Yeah, they're now talking while you guys are going through this adventure.
I like to think that Loradic's just like, all right, here I go. And he like dives in and fucking headbutts me and I just die in the water.
As the three of you are kind of like situating yourself, you see that the tunnel itself goes down a little further. You see there are some holes in the walls that are some really large. Some of them are like 3 or 4 feet large. Others are about 6 inches to a foot wide, all circular in nature. And as the three of you are like getting ready, preparing yourself to head further into to go back and essentially guide everyone else. Tiger, would you get ready to set yourself up for another escapade back into the fun hole?
Heck no. Heck no. I'm going to be the comms guy. I'm going to be the guy in the chair.
A miracle that you made it through this distance.
Exactly.
Except for Xavier looking ass.
But as Fallon and Raldak, you go ahead and you get ready to dive back in. You get into the water waist deep, and then you hear
Ripples start popping up like, Fallon. Really?
All right, guys, we made it to the other side. It's safe to start heading in our way.
I'll find a nice spot with Taiga to hole up while we wait for everybody else to get over here.
We made it to the bomb fish.
Cool.
Oh, what? Oh. I'm gonna.
Everything all right, Tiger?
I'm. They're at the bomb fish already.
Weren't they supposed to wait for us?
I don't know. I mean, I thought so, but did we tell them to wait?
No.
is at this point
We didn't
Oh,
get a
look,
choice.
wrong sink, Pops.
Yeah.
right hand sink, and rinse it out if you could, please, and leave it in there. That's good. Leave it in there. I'll take care of it later. As all of you are having this discussion, Lorath, Samira, Sakari, and Pee-wee, well, all holding on to Pee-wee, surface.
Oh, good.
Pee-wee, they're floating on your back. Everyone's like holding onto one of your many limbs, just spread out, and you all kind of paddle your way to the edge of the surface. As Pee-wee, you're just kind of floating backwards. But you're all together once again, and we'll take a break here.
Yeah.
Go grab a drink, do what you need to do. As I review what's going to happen next.
Oh. Easy 20-minute adventure, in and out.
Easy 20-minute adventure.
I had way too much time to prepare this tunnel. Oh man.
Me sleepy.
How are you?
I'm
Are you
sleepy.
EP?
Yeah, dude. I'm EP.
Meepy.
Fucking dying all of a sudden. We calmed down and it was like, dude, you ready for lethargy?
Oh.
It's
Yes,
almost
you
like
need to
I don't
pick me
stay
up.
up past fucking 12 o'clock.
Yeah, I
Just
don't
think
really do
ever.
this very often. Yeah.
Just think, My Hero Academia.
Up, 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 up.
My Hero Academia.
That's all you need. Now you're awake
I
and happy.
100% will fucking nod off here in probably 2030. Zero choice in the matter.
Well,
We'll push for about 10, 15 more minutes. All right, then end the session then.
I strangle Laura.
Sorry, it's just facts.
No, that's fine. A little bit of a cave excursion, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a little spelunky
Well,
spedunky, you know?
A little underwater spelunking. One of the most fucking terrifying things on the goddamn planet.
I was just
I
gonna
would
say, yeah,
never-
it's very scary.
I would
right.
never.
Let's go.
Locked in.
Locked in. As your group gathers together and you are now outside the threat of drowning. You kind of gather yourselves together and kind of take a breath and you relax.
On mute.
You look around your surroundings.
That's what I was looking for.
I ended up making you 20.
You look around your surroundings and the path goes up a bit further. Many holes line the cave walls. Some are the size of a baseball, going pretty deep, and you've noticed these holes multiple times before. Lever holes. Some of them get ever bigger, 3, 5 feet. Some of them are 7 feet long. And almost like notches in a golf ball, they kind of line the edges of this cave. Almost none of them are almost none of them are more than 5 feet apart. You can hear and feel the earth kind of vibrate around you as you all gather together and calm down, catch your breath. The light from the drift globes kind of shining light further and deeper down into this tunnel system. And you all see something further down. You can see multiple blue flickers of light further down the pathway of this tunnel. More echoes in the distance. You can see some of them talking to each other. Some of the soldiers kind of finishing up or cleaning up fresh kills, and you see them kind of wiping their weapons. And further on, you see the king and the queen conversing with each other, and then walking down further into the cave system itself until all the echoes vanish one by one. Every so often, as you pursue your way further down into the system, a lever, some relatively small, will crawl out of one hole and then like snake its way into the other. At the moment, not really paying any mind to you, but they are present. There's this slickness to the ground that, while not hampering your movement, is unsettling to say the least. There is a moment after walking across everything that you start to realize what this slick, almost jam-like consistency is. And it's waste. The smell kind of gives away that this is where the levers relieve themselves after they have eaten, so to say. And it seems that they don't seem to notice you yet because, well, the smell is very pungent in here. And you continue your way forward. There is a point where all of you enter opening. The cave opens up into this wide room. And you can see, at least from what you can see, holes everywhere. Some as wide as 20 feet long that kind of burrow through and transfer over to other holes. There are some as big as golf balls. There are some as big as basketballs. Some as big as cars. Just sporadically through the cave walls. You look down below, and for those who look down with the vision, you see broken swords, shields, all manner of equipment sprayed out below this pit. And in the center of this pit itself is a broken spear that juts out of the ground. Well, that sits into the earth, I should say. With its shaft just snapped in half, and you can kind of see it just kind of hanging off the edge, still struggling to stay together. There's the Hyrulean flag tied to it. Banner. Looking to your right, there seems to be a path that leads around this pit. There's an opening clearly on the other side. The path itself is lined with multiple holes, various sizes. The pit below you is about 20 to 30 feet down. So, white whales. With that before you, your path is set ahead. And I forgot to mention, on the other side of this path. No, never mind. Yes. You can see the continuation of the path straight ahead.
So, sorry, I want to double check. You said there's like a spear or like a something okay.
It's a spear embedded in the earth, and it sits there. The shaft has been broken, and it's just kind of hangs there with the broken shaft. It's in the pit. The pit itself is quite large. It's probably, I don't know, roughly 100 feet across, and it situates itself in the center of this pit.
All right, so I know this is clearly a trap, but does anybody else want that?
I would try and
Same.
see if my arm would activate a history lesson.
You want to burn some key points to?
Go gadget.
I don't think I have enough because we haven't. Did we have a
You
short
got
rest at
so
all?
much Kool-Aid to drink.
No.
Then
Yeah, do it.
oh yeah, Kool-Aid. That's right.
So much Kool-Aid.
Let's do that.
Drink your Kool-Aid.
Let's drink a Kool-Aid.
Roll it.
Just a D4.
Big.
Gonna
3 key points.
sweet, and then I gotta remind myself how much legend lore was.
5.
5.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do that.
All right. You see Samira stand there, and you stand on the edge of the pit itself. Your arm glows this pale blue, and then you transfer the energy from yourself into it, and a shockwave erupts from your arm. Not forceful, but as the shockwave travels across this pit itself, you see the Hyrulean army marching across it. You see the king and queen at the forefront, with Impa falling, scouting ahead. You see Paulin marching along with, marching along with your sister. And there's a moment where the earth trembles. Everyone, the army, kind of looks around. Some of them falls into the earth itself. Some you hear, "Ah!" Some of them gets pulled below the ground. You see the king quickly assess the situation. Everyone, to arms! They quickly gather their weapons, start forming a perimeter as best as they could as the trembling starts to happen. And one by one you hear, "Ah!" And everyone gets pulled down beneath the earth. The ceiling itself starts to, as rocks begin to fall down. You see very quickly one of the rocks starts to fall towards the queen, and the king quickly jumps over, grabs her, and knocks her away as they both roll out of the way of the boulder that nearly crushes them. He immediately picks her up and starts running to the other end, and he goes, "Go, go, go, go!" And he, Impa on the other end, climbs up the pit with the speed and agility she is known for. She reaches up, and the king grabs the queen and hurls her up there, and you see her like just fly like 20 feet. Impa catches her and pulls her up. You see Augustus goes, "Go forward, we'll take care of this." And he turns around, he brandishes as a weapon, and he starts assessing the situation. Paulin, oh God,
Palin's dying.
I'm dying, motherfucker.
Palin's dying.
It's happening.
This was the moment. This was the moment he got
This is the
poisoned.
moment he got
This is
poisoned.
a crazy legend lore.
You see Paulin starts looking around your sister, brandishing her weapons, and they're back to back. And one after another, the men start getting pulled over. Almost half the army is wiped out at this point. There is a moment where you see Paulin's mustache like move, and you see he cocks his eyebrow, and he spins his spear around and hurls it as hard as he can, and you see it sink into the earth, almost like a missile that just doesn't explode, sink into the earth, and almost no resistance is given, and you hear as this gigantic, large black lever rips open the earth, peers out, and immediately flies through the air, almost like a whale breaching the surface of the water. And it soars up about 10 feet. Massive compared to everyone. And flies towards both Paulin and Ashani. Almost actually, it aims for Ashani itself. And at that very moment, you see Paulin grab her, spin around, put his arms up, and the lever latches onto him, and you hear this crunch. And you see him go, and he grabs it and rips it open, and he kicks it, and it slides back like 10 feet. You see this massive bite mark on him, and his veins start to pulsate. He falls to his knees, and he looks back at Ashani. He's like, I don't want your sister getting angry at me over something stupid as a worm. And he gets back up, and he charges after the black lever and jumps up as the spear is still penetrating its skin. You see it before the echo finally fades. As Paulin jumps up, latches onto his spear, and it's fighting him, and he's like, this ain't my first rodeo, and the echo ends.
Oh shit, here we go.
So
We gotta get that spear. That's my spear. By right.
So Palon and Ashani fought side by side. So all the way back, meeting Fallon's family for the first time, was Palon fully aware?
It's tough to read his demeanor.
Was he fully aware? Because they're like Ashani and Samir are twins.
Yeah, it's tough to read his demeanor.
Yeah.
He only twitches his mustache every so often, and that's all you really get.
Yep. He's a hard guy to read. He's got a good poker face.
That man had a damn good poker face then.
He had a good poker face.
I mean, Smear's pretty insightful.
Yeah, but that dude fucking passed along an entire parasite for the next 10 plus years. And I didn't know
and Samir caught it.
Yeah.
And Samir caught it.
Yeah, because you knew what it was, but everyone else was like, oh no, he's just
But I also had to read
they're
into
bickering
it.
at each other and figuring it out.
Mm-hmm.
We're just gonna walk up, telegrab, 30 feet. Let me grab that spear.
Okay.
Get that spear, really.
What's the range of your Can I grab?
30 feet.
You're a little far.
Yeah, I know what I said.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna hop into the pit.
Mm-hmm. Not like a hop. I'm gonna very
It's 20 feet down. 20 to 30 feet down.
Well, you know what? I'll grab the side of the ledge and slide myself down.
Okay.
Whoa!
I can get out. I can get out in an instant.
Okay. You
That's
go
all
ahead
right.
and you
brother.
slide your way down. It helps that as you're sliding down, you see Loras just kind of walking, slide his way down. There's holes that you can actually like latch onto as you're sliding your way down.
Oh, as I'm sliding down, I'll mutter under my breath, "Oh fuck!" Highlights light, and I'll turn off the light and I'll put on my armor.
Okay. You reach to the bottom. You're still about 60 feet away. You start walking a little closer. As you approach it, you go ahead within 30 feet. Sorry. Yeah, okay. You get closer. And as you do, you go ahead and you pull your telekinetic grab. Can you click it for me if you would, please?
Sure will. Probably won't be able to grab it if it's super duper embedded straight up. Where did you go? I swear I'm normally prepared. What is this thing? Oh, it's a cantrip, right? There it is.
Yes. 5 pounds. Okay. You go ahead and you grasp it. And as you grasp it, at first you kind of grab the closest thing to you, which is like part of the broken handle. And you see the broken handle just, and you're like, oh, that is going to break completely if I do that. So you let it go and you grasp it a little closer towards the ground, and you try to budge it, but it shifts slightly, but it doesn't move.
All right, hear me out, right?
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go Excalibur that thing from the ground.
This is a little bit different. This is an actual whole class feature.
Mm-hmm.
It's only slightly stronger, as I can pick up a whole fucking person.
Oh, okay. What's the weight on that? You can move an object or a creature.
Is it one?
Okay.
I can move a
Large
whole
or
creature.
smaller willing creature?
Yeah, let me tell you.
Oh, loose object
That's
is
a
larger or
couple.
smaller.
That's like 100 plus
100, yeah.
pounds minimal.
Plus, yep.
Okay. You go ahead and you're like, I ain't making it. And you reach out and you reach out around the whole spear. And it starts to, and you're feeling that it's starting to give. And you're putting so much effort, like sweat or water, one of the two. It's like dripping down from your forehead as you're putting a little more effort into it.
Pretty sure this is going to trigger a lever.
And you're using your mental strength to kind of, and you see it moving out of the ground ever so slowly. You're starting to tremble, trying to pull it out, and then you realize the floor is trembling. And you look around, the walls are trembling. And you look around, everyone's trembling as everyone in the party starts to tremble as the cave starts to shake. You hear.
Oh, hey, it's fine. I think I know what happens here.
I need everyone to make
Roll
a
initiative.
dexterity saving throw, if you could, please.
Yeah. Woo. Woo. Okay.
Oh wow, we all make it with advantage if Fallon succeeded.
He sure did.
I don't need advantage then.
Mm-hmm.
I think I had it anyways, but whatever.
I needed it. Oh, I did an
Rolled
ability
two
check.
tens.
Yeah. Whoops.
That's
All right.
that's a 14.
You also get a +2.
Well,
16.
he's nowhere near you, so.
14.
True.
14. Wow. Well, makes sense since you're close. Who failed?
Yeah.
Only
Him.
only Lorath failed.
You're about to say me, I was like, huh?
Very fitting. Very fitting.
Only Lorath failed. Lorath, as you go ahead and you start pulling on this sphere, you are knocked prone, first of all. You're also, as the rocks kind of start falling down around you, you're also going to take 2d6 of bludgeoning damage, which would be almost max. 9 points of bludgeoning damage. As
My tip HP, you bitch.
God, I didn't want that shit anyway.
You suck.
Samira and Fallon, you are standing kind of at the precipice of this cliff edge as you're watching Lorath do his thing. Samira, because you were activating your arm to kind of get a view of what happened here, and Fallon being entranced by the battle that seemingly happened here. Both of you just like the ground gives way and you both slide down into the pit. The rest of you are actually
Sakari.
well, she's above. She ain't. Actually, no, she was near you. She's down the hole too. Hold on, let me see something.
But like her instinct would be like if the ground's giving away, she's looking behind for Sakari.
Oh shit, she's knocked unconscious.
Well, wait. Wait a minute, George.
I zoned out for like a minute or two. I'm so fucking
was gonna
lost. Everyone's dying. I was
Try
like,
and reach for her if she was like,
next
if the
thing-
ground's giving away.
Yeah, the ground's giving way. I'll give you a chance to save her. You can push her or block her. So you can either stop her from falling in the pit or take the hits.
Do I have to roll for either one of them, or one is more confirmed?
I'm giving you a choice between having her on top of the pit, but getting knocked out by rocks, or being in the pit with you and not being knocked out.
She's gonna push her to stay out of the pit.
Okay. You push her, and as she stumbles, like a large rock just clocks her on the head, and she fucking falls unconscious near you, Taiga.
Oh, great! Yay!
Oh, convenient.
Yay.
Actually, let's head over to the other map, and I'll situate you guys.
Danger! 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 Nightmare! Nightmare! Nightmare!
Flashback.
As we end the session here.
Yeah, get ready to fight what fucking almost killed my dad and is surely likely going to kill us.
I'm gonna put you two can switch your positions if you want, but
I'm blind.
It's dark.
you're not even there yet.
Scary.
Don't worry.
I'm here. Oh, I definitely shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
I need to be like, I don't know, over fucking here.
Yeah, unfortunately.
You tell me, George, wherever I need to be.
You are within 30 feet of the spear, which was right here. So, boop, right there. Yeah, you're
Hey,
right.
we're
where
right
you
here
were.
with you, buddy.
Oh look, there's the taiga. I can see him. Only because he's next to me.
Now I want to wiggle just so I can see him. Where you at?
Wait, where's the spear?
Oh, well, I'll
Chris, I
show
have
you.
blind sight.
I'll show you where
Oh.
the spear is.
That's why I can
Yeah,
see him.
show me where the spear is. Come on, man.
There it is.
All right, hold on a second here. If you'll allow it, I'll just say, "Light up, bitch."
Don't you have dark vision?
Just yeah, I do, but it's fucking not colorful and lame.
Okay, light yourself up.
Damn it!
As-
I lit myself up.
There you go.
I get a glimmer of its toe.
As you see the black lever and it opens its mouth.
It's the bookworm.
It's the bookworm.
It's
He
the
is here.
You motherfucker.
You wish it was the bookworm. The bookworm would have been a lot worse. But but that is where we'll end the session. Actually, we'll all roll initiative and end it there.
Man, this is so great. We're gonna build so much shit out of this, good dude.
Lorath, one fucking day I want decent initiative out of you. One fucking
I would trade
day.
you because I fucking spend all
know.
my turns healing, so me going first does nothing.
I
always go
know.
first.
I mean, there is literally someone unconscious like near you, so
Oh yes, let me add her to the turn order here. Or
Which, by the way, she can't cast all of her spells because we have her completely fucking like under wraps.
No, she only has one lock left on her.
Yeah, and it's the one that keeps her powers at bay.
yeah.
there you go. Hey, she's not. Oh, she suffered. How much damage? Hold on. She suffered just enough
5
damage.
points of damage.
She suffered 10. Yeah, that's why. She suffered 10 points of damage, which was what her health is, and she got knocked out.
Oh, but what about my inspiring speech?
Yeah, what about the temp HP?
Oh
Yeah,
shit!
what about the
She's not
10
knocked
people?
out. She's
Let's go! Let's go, dude! Let's go!
She's not. She no. Yeah, you see, she's not knocked
I'm
out. She's
so
up.
happy.
Samir feels the ground give way, turns around, shoves Sakari back, and then that causes her to just tumble into the pit.
She probably has she has like 3 health to her name or something like
Hey,
that. She fucking.
I
she
give
would-
I give Samira a look like this is something we shouldn't have fucked with, and I get ready for combat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you give Severe that look of your dad's fucking thing that the first thing
I
out of your
wanted to
mouth
go
was,
get it,
man,
but-
we need that.
Yeah, we do need that.
that's my birthright.
That is my birthright.
That's my birthday.
We gotta
Man,
kill
that
this big
guy
boy
fucked
for it.
up.
Let's go.
That
kill
guy's
this
an
big boy
asshole for making this
Yeah.
happen.
Fuck you,
If
this
I
is all
pulled it out,
you.
it'd have been fine, though.
No, I would have died immediately. Yeah, this thing would have swallowed me instantly.
I'll swallow you.
It's gonna be a time. In 2 weeks.
Matt, look at your fucking dog being cute.
2 weeks. You guys have to deal with this.
She's always fucking cute.
Yeah, we have to wait another 2 weeks.
Well,
Yeah, man.
All right,
this is
see you
fun,
guys
man.
in 2 months.
yeah.
Yeah.
See you in 2
Yeah,
months.
see you never. Next year, guys. Next year.